Here we go. Here we go. Hello, Peter. How are you, my friend? Another fantastic Saturday morning. I wonder what will go down today. That will be interesting. I'm just reading a reply here. I've got a new intro to show everybody. Got to apologise to Jim now before I actually play it. Well, I won't play it now. Newfound Drone Productions. How are you, mate? Great to see you. Are you popping in, Peter, or what? Hey, Newfound. Have you got capabilities of going live? You can join us on the panel if you like. Be great to catch up with you if you've got time. That would be pretty cool. Shit. Just going to answer Brett and Gizmo. Hello, Peter Carroll.
Oh, hi, Matt. How you going?
Peter Carroll. I always got to do that, mate. You know that. Let me change this because I don't like that. No, that's not it either.
That's better.
No, I'm not. Going to try and get Brett Gizmo on. He's out shopping at the moment.
It'd be good if you can get him on.
I know. It'd be good to see Peter Pan again. He's 100 years old. He looks 20.
Yeah. Same as me.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Hey, I don't have a cam, and people.
I'm the other way around, though.
But you've had a hard life, Pete.
Yeah, I'm only 25.
20. I'd like to have a look at your birth certificate. Newfound. I don't have a cam. People are in bed yet. Okay, cool. No worries. No, that's all right, mate. No, it'd be good. Be good to catch up at some point if you could work it out one week, mate. That'd be great. I'd love to have a chat to you. I mean, he's been on my channel and I've been on his for quite some time now, you know, and it'd be really good to chat to some people who who have been subscribed and we check each other's stuff out.
Yeah, that's right. I've been watching a lot of Gizmo's cruise ship videos he's been putting up recently. They're very interesting.
I know. I saw one today actually with the three of them. There was the Spirit of Tasmania.
Yeah, that's right.
Backing out there. Gizmo. What's his email address? Oh my god. Bloody hell! I've got to find that. No. I'll have a look in a minute. I will have a look in a minute. Where are these other slackers? You know?
Yeah. They're a bit slack.
They are, mate. And I mean, now we got someone in the green room here.
Oh no, really?
Oh look.
I'm expecting we might get a visit from some unruly mob in Pennsylvania sometime today.
Yes, we may do. We may do. Hey Jim, I've got a new intro for you, mate.
In Pennsylvania sometime today.
Yes, we may do. We may do. Oh no, he's got his volume up. You're doing an Adrian, mate.
What?
Got a you got us replaying in the background, mate.
Come on.
I thought you were a professional.
Get your act together sometime.
There. There's no volume.
Where's your headset, mate?
Well, you can't. No, that was the YouTube channel. I had you up on 2 channels.
Okay.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Twice the fun, mate. That's what's going on there.
There was a communications breakdown, though, because I heard Pete say he was 25. So something went wrong on my end.
I didn't say how many times, though.
It must be the accent, Jim. You just didn't pick it up right, mate.
That's it.
Could be a multiple of 25.
Oh, you've been watching a lot of bushcraft videos. Oh, righto.
What happened with that C-130 water tanker crash? Do you know?
Yeah, I've got no details on that, mate. You know, it's a high risk situation.
You're flying low, yeah.
You know, anything can go wrong. You know, you've got no altitude to sort any problems out, and you know, as we all know, altitude is our friend when it comes to any sort of issues. Poor buggers.
Yeah, I know.
I feel sorry for their families and what have you. It was going out to do a great thing, and it ends in tragedy. You know, it's sad stuff, mate. Sad stuff. Don't like to see anyone hurt. Those fires have claimed quite a few lives. And sorry, Pete, you're saying something, mate?
Oh, no. What I was going to say, a guy I follow on YouTube, he's a pilot. He's got a single engine plane that he flies around. And he took a trip from Maruya on the south coast of New South Wales back to Melbourne over the Snowy Mountains I think it was within the last week. And there's still smoke everywhere there then. And he said he had to get up to get above the smoke. He had to get up to 12,000 foot altitude to get above the smoke.
Wow.
Yeah.
In a single aircraft, a single engine.
Yep.
That's pushing the height limit on them.
Yeah.
12,000.
He's got a nice little plane. Got a little Cirrus single engine plane.
Cirrus.
Yeah.
Find a photo, Peter, and share that one, will you, mate? I don't know what a Cirrus is.
No, I don't either.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
A Cirrus.
Yeah. The American brand.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I never heard of it.
Yeah. I'll find it. Hang on,
No. Well, Bob Casey popping his noggin in again. How are you, Bob?
Big guy. What's up, Bob?
I'd like to get quite a few people involved on the panel here. It'd be great to meet people.
Now, I don't have my phone with me, but the boys are together in Philadelphia. Ron said he was going to try and get on like you did when you were with Peter and everybody at the restaurant.
Yep.
I hope he can do that.
Oh, that'd be fantastic, mate.
Do you have your phone? Can you send him a text message on the phone?
Can, mate. What's happened to your phone, mate? You lose it?
I know. I left it in the house, and I was talking to Adrian earlier, and he couldn't even hear me. I got crappy service, I'm telling you.
That's no good, mate.
Yeah, I think it's Ron Lockwood, and then they were going over. Was Ron Brown going to go with them too? And then Paulie from Drone Bum was supposed to meet out. Oh, Ready, Set, Drone is live now also. Is that why we got a low turnout?
Ready, Set, Drone?
Yeah.
What? Since when?
I don't know. He's stealing our chums.
Oh, man. Well, that sucks.
What's his name again?
I don't know. Just going to go to the channel now. He doesn't usually go live.
No. Yeah, he's calling it Friday live stream. First Friday live stream.
Oh, no.
65 people. The son of a... Yeah, Rick Calber's over there. I am Wedge. Chris Hope.
Oh.
We're nothing now.
Artco, he's over there too.
I was telling Philip earlier, I've gotten on this kick lately where I've just
Oh, man. So he's going to go live every Friday now.
get better at it. I always feel this pressure to make videos, but it's kind of fun just like throwing on the goggles.
Whiz Bang, Steve Carpenter's over there.
Anyway, I will definitely be giving one of these away,
Oh, well.
probably on the next show because I love it so much.
Kelly, that's his name. Kelly Shores.
Oh, that sucks.
Goggles, kind of cheap goggles. So it's a lot of fun.
He's talking about a little
So,
RC drone,
when it comes
RC.
to FPV drones, I think it's interesting because you can get
Oh,
one you're kind of ready to fly out the box.
Oh, that's you.
But
Oh,
whenever
sorry.
you do that, you kind of do a disservice. to
Let me
yourself.
see. Mel's over
You
there.
need to be able to do something with it.
well, that-
Reprogram
no good.
it, get to work with another
And me listing
controller,
off who's
something
over
like that.
there.
You have to know how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris
So
Hope,
to
Steve
set your own
Carpenter.
drone up. I
Buddy,
think
Rick
that's
Halber.
beneficial in the end. So yeah, it's good
That's
that
my
you can
crowd,
put the
man.
Video is like a how to do that.
Yeah.
I completely agree, and it's kind of like forcing yourself to fly in air mode or acro mode. You know, you kind of actually start to.
Wouldn't it be funny to see Adrian over there?
All right. So all of that said,
No, he wouldn't do that. But when you're talking,
well, you know what? Let's try to bring in our special guest.
Oh, first Friday every month.
Three things
Once a month. Okay.
with him. So I'm gonna go to.
he's talking FPV and
I haven't tested it with you and
those race cars. I saw he had a race car in his hand.
Paul, and I assume-
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered with that at the moment. Newfound. So here we go. Loyal fan, mate. Loyal fan. Check that out. Good on you, mate. Every now and again we talk about drones, mate. You got to give me your first name, mate. Newfound. It'd be nice to know that, because as the stream goes on and I get tired up, I cannot.
Just so you know, Shane's saying that I'm only one channel right now.
It's coming right through, Jim.
Oh, it is? I'm sorry, man.
Is that screen share should be up there now on that plane?
Man, and that can go to what? 12,000?
Yeah.
That does look like a Cessna.
Hang on, I stuffed it up then. I did something wrong.
A little popper. Oh no, you closed it, mate.
Oh, that'll be it. And I'll do it again.
Yeah, open that back up.
Man, that'd be have to on the that'd be having to get close to the ceiling height, the of 12,000 feet. Be
We
nice.
used to have a company down here called Piper Cubs.
Yeah, that looked like a piper to me. Yeah,
Right, it did.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Looks like one of those little homemade jobs.
I don't know.
Is that 4-seater or 2?
It looks like a 2-seater with a little room for luggage there.
There's 4-seater.
It's
It is a
4-seater.
4-seater?
Fold it back like a mini miner.
Yeah.
Billy. Right. All right, mate. That's a good thing. No worries. Well, there you go. I would have
Like
thought.
Billy. Did you get that text out to Ron or anybody?
Oh no, I better do that. Ron bloody Lockwood. And what's Adrian doing? He's working late again, is he?
He was working when I talked to him. That was at about 7 o'clock. You want me to get my phone?
No, mate, no, it's all good.
Okay.
I'll message him and I'll message Ron. Ron Lockwood?
Because they can even do it from their phone, because the couple of the boys have the iOS phones, those Apple phones.
Yeah.
And they're, so as far as I knew, that was going to be Ron Lockwood, Rodney Bell. I believe Ron Brown was coming up from Georgia.
I know Dennis Lovelady and Rodney were driving up together.
That's it. Dennis Lovelady's from Georgia. Thank
And I
you.
think Paul Drone Bum was going to join them down there as well.
Right, and he's from Long Island, so they're coming down and meeting in Philly.
And they're all going to go and tackle Philly Mike, I think. At one
Philly
stage.
Mike, yeah. Yeah, I haven't even gotten any. When I talked to Ron yesterday, he said, "Can't talk now. I'm leaving." He was packing, so let me put Skype on in case one of them is Skyping. No, but they used to, Nathaniel, they used to have that show on TV around here where the guys made the moonshine up in the woods. That was actually a cool show. I don't know what happened to it.
Nathaniel Lee.
Did you guys have a show like that? It would be just about 4 or 5 guys making the moonshine wherever they were, whether it be Kentucky or whatever.
We'll be making one of those videos in August, Jim.
Yeah, Rodney did a live stream this morning from the car on the way to their destination.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
How well now he doesn't have that long a drive. He's in Virginia.
Yeah. I think they were just sort of in Maryland, I think just sort of north of Washington when they did the live stream.
Moonshiners, yeah.
Okay.
That was a cool show.
Just checking out Nathaniel. Nathaniel, good morning, sunshine. What do we got here?
Yeah, Bob Casey met those guys at Spin Up. And he was hanging out with the boys. We can call ourselves boys, right?
We can. Nathaniel has actually lowered our age group percentage, so that's a fantastic thing. He looks like he might be in his 20s, maybe early 20s. He may not even be 20.
Yes, Billy, you're so right. He was so cool, wasn't he? What do you have, like no teeth? The guy was funny as hell. He had all these stories. He had been moonshining for like 50 years. Is that show still on, Bill? Do you even see reruns of that? I'd love to see that again.
Always drunk. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Oh, look,
The show is still running, Bob says. Oh, that is so cool. I've got to search for it because I cut the cord. In other words, I got rid of DirecTV and all that, and I just use a Roku box now. And I pay for Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Hulu. That's it. $45 a month for TV instead of $210 with DirecTV. All the shows I'll ever watch.
I'm just going to give Adrian a quick bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy with the plane I was talking about, he's planning a trip to fly it around the world this year, a bit later on this year.
In that plane?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the distance on that thing?
He's getting extra fuel capacity put in the back of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he's already flown it sort of all around Australia, or done quite a lot of long trips around Australia in it. Or in the same plane, he used to lease the plane beforehand, but he's just he bought one for himself just last year. So he does great videos.
Lease it. Okay.
Yeah. He does great videos. He's got over 50,000 subscribers now. So
wow.
Yeah, he does fantastic videos.
Well, that's cool when you can do. It's kind of like an adventure channel, then, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he does a lot of flying plus all the sort of technical stuff behind it all. Very interesting. Plus, he makes great videos too. He's got the talent there, to make great videos. So.
Have you seen that guy, Andrew St. Pierre? He does 4x4 driving in the outback and Africa and all that.
No, I haven't seen him.
I forget the name of his show, but he does professional stuff, and he's using the same equipment we use.
Right.
Every Tuesday, a couple of those guys get real scientific making the moonshine. Yeah. What channel's that on, Bob? Or Bill? Yeah, they show you making the still and everything. The moonshine still. Oh, that stuff's like, I don't even think it's got 100 proof. I think they lost the level with them, didn't they? It's like 200 proof or something.
It would have been pretty rough stuff back in the old days, I'd imagine.
Oh man. Discovery Channel. Okay. There he is.
Did it run? There he is.
Ron, how's the meetup?
It's good, buddy. Well, Rodney and Dennis and Paul are coming tomorrow morning.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's still on the road? I didn't think it was that long of a drive from Virginia.
Well, he had to wait for Dennis to get up from Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ronald Lockwood.
What's happening, buddy?
Who's got Philip Ulrich talking in the background? Why is Ready Set Drone in the background?
Who's that behind you, Ron?
Chris Hope. If Chris Hope's there, If Chris Hope is there, he is on that. He is on that, so he would be listening to it.
Check out my buddy, his taxidermy collection here. Whoops, hold on.
Are you at an outrigger shop?
Actually, I'm at my friend's place right now. I just locked up. Row.
He does taxidermy too, or no?
This is all his hunting.
Oh my God, I thought that was your spare room, Ron.
You know,
You got nothing. Look at that.
dude.
Oh.
Holy moly.
Yeah, he's got. Why don't you make him full screen? Make Ron full screen.
Look at this one here.
Where are we? Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that looks natural.
Yeah, just before a bullet went through his head. Beautiful. Yeah. It's lucky you got those deers, because those things, they're vicious, mate. Must have been self-defense.
Look at the turkey.
Thanksgiving, get me out of here.
That's not how it looks on my table. Zebra, antelope.
Yep. Caribou, elk, deer.
Was that what cat was that in the back? Was that a mountain lion?
That was a mountain lion, yeah.
And that white thing is a goat or a ram?
That is a mountain goat.
Huh? Do I know my animals or what?
You do, Ben.
Let me ask you something. Have you
I watch a lot of Discovery.
Have you all seen Night at the Museum?
Yes, all three of them. All three of them. Love them.
Pretty funny, eh?
There's Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, yeah, he's got.
Hey there, Rocky.
That's a pretty penny there, man. It costs a bundle to taxidermy, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah.
And this guy's got a zebra, for God's sakes.
Oh yeah, he just got back from Africa a year and a half ago. Yeah. I forget what that is.
There's a hog up there. Oh, that's some kind of
Yeah, it's
ram, isn't it? Long-haired or
Yeah.
I'll just tell you something. Brett from Victorian Aerial, I sent him a message too if he wanted to join the chat later, and he goes, "Sorry, mate, can't go seeing my brand new grandson today, and no, there will be no live cross to the hospital." Come on, mate, where's your sense of adventure?
Yeah. Oop. No.
Ron, are those Hanes?
Hanes?
Are those Hanes socks?
No, they're Fruit of the Looms.
Fruit of the Looms.
Andrew, how are you, mate? How's things
Yeah.
down there in Montgomery? Hey, got a story for you, boys. I've got a story, right? I landed my Mavic about 1.4 k's away from me last Sunday. Ran out of juice.
Ooh. 1.4 Ks away?
Yeah,
Wow.
in a straight line. And it was actually. I could actually see where it was landing. So anyway, I was out at this lake. Now, what happened, I was out there getting some footage, right? Of course I was. My mate was with me, and he had his Mavic 2 Pro. And while I was out there, he turned his Mavic 2 Pro on, and it wiped me. I had no signal, lost all my video feed, and lost signal with the controller.
Oh.
I didn't know what the drone did then, but anyway, got him to turn it off. I got everything back instantaneously. He moved his drone and turned it on again, and it wiped me again. So he ended up turning it off. But in the meantime, I'm hovering around there going, what the hell's going on here? So my mind was off what I was doing. I knew I had a headwind coming home. So I was in the middle of a shot when all this was happening. I thought, I'll just finish this shot off. And then I looked at my battery and I went, shit, I better come home. So I punched it, doof, right? I had a 30 kilometre an hour headwind, which knocked me down to about 20 kilometres an hour, which is what the Spark would move at. So I'm trying my hardest to try and get this back. And I was looking at the distance. So I said, I'm not going to make this. So there was an outcrop of land and all that. It's not really that drastic. You just got to get your drone. We had to find somewhere where it was accessible to actually go and get it. So I picked a spot where there was holiday houses and things like that. So obviously if there's houses there, then there's a road. I mean, the houses were in the bush and there was a lot of land before it went to water. So I wanted to land as close to the water as I can to narrow the search, because if you put it in the middle of a paddock, as you know, you've got a 360-degree search radius. If I put it next to the water, there's a border there, and it's only searching one side of it. And so if I walked along the beach, I'd eventually find it, which proved to be quite horrendous. I went out there by myself. Now, it was that way, straight line, right? So I could see everything, no worries. There was no one there, and I popped the drone down. Now, that was that far away, but to actually get there by car was about 15 Ks, 15K drive. Back out of the highway, back across, back around the other side, and back in again. So I eventually found the road that actually went to where I wanted to go.
Jesus.
And by that time, it was bloody dark. Now, he'd sent his Mavic 2 Pro over before the sun went down, and he's got that searchlight on it, landing light. So he was down at about 10 foot, going across the beach with his light on, and I've seen the footage of that. It looks bloody awesome. So anyway, I find it out. I've got my torch on my phone. Man, that thing's useless once that sun goes down. Unreal. So I ended up driving back to him. So I was gone for about 2 hours from him. I drove back to him, picked him up. We went to the servo, the BP. We got some torches, and then we headed back out again. And we lost the drone at around about 6, and we found it again at about 10 o'clock that night.
Jesus.
Man, that headwind got me, man. Got me. First time ever. There was a lot of things that, it's like any accident. There's a lot of contributing factors that actually lead to the end result. My mind was off the game because, number one, I lost that connection. Number two, I'd forgotten about the wind. But if you actually look at the attitude of my aircraft on my iPad screen, the freaking thing's like this, So this is really, really getting blown around. So when I realized that I was actually going to have to ditch it, I started a screen record straight up. So I had reference. Now with my iPad, I've got no data, so I can't load maps up when it comes to find my drone. It'll have a GPS spot, But where that spot is on a map, I have no idea because it won't load it up.
You have to load them ahead of time. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Offline maps.
Yeah, that's right, mate. That's
I
right.
hate that crap.
Yeah, it was, but I didn't expect this. So anyway,
I'm surprised you let this happen because you had that last experience where you came back at 0.
yeah, that was that would have been absolutely fine because I judged everything perfectly. I knew the headwind was there and all that, and it would have been absolutely fine. But as you saw in that footage, my drone wasn't coming back. It was flipping out to the left and right. Most of the power was me straightening back up and trying to find my line again and getting going. That's what took that power up. I had heaps of power if it traveled in a straight line back to me. There wouldn't have been an issue. But all this time rooting around trying to actually fight the drone to bring it home, that's what stuffed that one up. And that was with the Spark. But as I said, it wasn't. There was nothing. There was nothing adversely hard about where I was landing or anything like that. There was a lot of rocks and shit around, so I picked a spot as I was coming down. But as I said, did that screen record and studied that landing area of where it is in relation to the water, the heights, what sort of undulations are in that, and the outline of the river to give me an idea of what was going on. So, long story short, we got it back.
3 hours later.
Yeah, we did.
Because there was no way to get to it?
Not in a straight line unless I swam.
Right.
You know?
I've done that. I've jumped in the river.
That was with your dory, wasn't it?
Yep. I still have the scars.
What have we got here? Oh, sorry, I'm in the middle of my bloody story. Here we go. Steve Carpenter. Kardoso. Kenny, how's that internet connection of yours, mate? Can we do a live yet or what? Come on. I've still got his bloody comment up there too. Andrew. Oh, my God. Who else have we got here? Bob Casey got that one. Rick Halber. And we got Art here. Beautiful. How are you? Steve Carpenter.
Focus here.
And
sorry, Lloyd, I was talking. Sorry, Lloyd.
Lloyd says you're hogging the conversation again, Pete.
I know. I tend to do that, but I'll try and stop it.
I don't know why I keep having on Lloyd. I swear to God, I try to get a word in, and he just takes it.
Look at Kenny wrote.
Peter's got the beast on his right side there again.
That's a different one this week.
Oh, so you got more than one?
Is that a zoom lens, or is your camera happy to see me? You didn't see that, did you, Matt?
Yeah, I did, mate. Yeah, I read that. Yeah, that one there.
It is a zoom lens, that one. The other one wasn't. The other one was a fixed 300mm lens, the other one that I had on last week.
Of course.
So we were all expecting the gang to be with Ron. And what's the update on that, Ron?
Tomorrow morning.
See you.
That's going to be Rodney and Dennis Lovelady meeting up with you tomorrow?
And Paul.
Paul's coming down from Long Island. And then you go ahead, tell the story.
Paul will be down. He apparently is leaving home at like 30 in the morning. Coming to Coatesville, which is where I was my first night. I flew into Philly. Where I'm going to be staying tomorrow night and the rest of the week is an hour west of Philly. That's where Dennis, Paul, and Rodney will be tonight. They're getting up tomorrow morning, and I talked to Rodney about an hour ago, and he's like, "Oh, it's too cold. I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream in the morning." So he's not liking the Pennsylvania weather.
What is the temperature?
They're leaving. It's like 36.
Oh, Jesus, he lives in Virginia.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
He's got his face warmer on too.
Yeah. He gets the face warmer, and yeah. But they're leaving tomorrow morning. They're apparently going to do some live streams from the show tomorrow when they get up there. So there'll be all types of outdoor adventures with Rodney Bell.
And now, are we? Have you guys all talked? Are you going to try and go and grab Mikey out of his house or what?
We're going there. That's the plan on Sunday morning. We're going to Mikey's house and surprise.
I got to introduce you to somebody. The man who's gone in and got himself a Marine's haircut on his face.
Hoorah!
And he's Bob Hope's illegitimate son, Mr. Chris Hope.
Hi, Chris.
Bob Hope's illegitimate son. I like that.
got no Chris.
So that.
By the way,
Still
it
big
wasn't
feet, buddy.
me. I want you all to know it wasn't me, but Matt spotted you all on Ready, Set, Drone, and he was very, very upset.
I said, "Who's on there? Who's on there?"
I said,
check this out.
I remember saying, Chris Hope is not on there. Rick Halber? Nope, that's not him.
No way. There is no way that these boys would go over there over my live stream. And sure enough, I've only let Chris on so that I can actually do this. There you go. Punishment. Chris, you got no audio, mate. Yeah, got no audio. Something's going down, brother. You might have to pop out and pop back in again, eh?
Yeah, because I didn't hear it either. I heard a crackle there, though. Was that maybe he was putting the mic in and out, the cord in and out?
Yeah, it might be a stuffed lead, mate.
That's what happens with Adrian every week.
Oh, no, that's just stupidity.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
A bit disappointed, you mentioned Chris Hope's beard trim, but you failed to mention my nice haircut I got this week.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, mate. It's very hard, it's very difficult to tell which hair.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell which one was actually snipped this week.
Had that specially done.
I want the true story, though. The Chris told me that the barber slipped and cut his beard
Yeah, there was
shorter
the
than he
Aaron
wanted.
Judge.
Yeah.
Well, it is true.
I got you now. I can hear you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
No, it was
Yeah.
a little misstep in communication. Is how
Yeah,
it started.
As we said last week, Jim, if you were listening.
I was. I just
Was this
didn't
a
believe it. I thought maybe that was, just a funny story.
Okay, well that just opens up a bigger problem then, because he did tell you last week and you've forgotten. So I'm looking at this memory of yours, mate.
But I know Chris, and he's the nicest guy in the world. But somehow I just see this hand coming out and choking the guy.
No, a young lady. I'm not going to just let her go and do her thing.
Hey, I'm just wondering, right? I've got to do this. Because I've put a bit of work into this, and I have got Jim's intro, his new intro. Now, Jim, before this goes down, I have to apologise to you straight away.
Oh God! Be gentle. Be gentle. I'm a virgin.
I'm not sure if it is gentle, but
Won't be.
you won't be a virgin once Adrian comes up to South Dakota with you. So I will apologise to you right now. And if we're in the same room, you'd probably wring my neck. But no, it's all right. It's not too bad. But yeah, you know how we are. I'll have a go at anyone.
It has to have a mustache involved in it.
Well, it would be, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just prep up my other screen. Whoa! That's a bit bloody loud.
Was that it?
Well, yeah, it's sort of a country, it's a country song which I've fashioned it into a Jim Boyd song.
Oh, geez.
So
Van Halen, maybe.
No,
Well, as before, I've put the words up if they're not too clear.
Happy trails to.
There's words to this thing.
Oh, there's words, mate. And this is probably the most damning part about it. So yeah, apologies, Jim, and hopefully we can remain friends after. I'll just mute everyone. So we can hear what's going on. You right, Pete? You're going to say something?
I just say get on with it. Yeah.
Oh, so, so Peter. Righto. Okay. Beyond drones. Here we go. Let's see if this will work. Oh, yes. All right, here we go. I'll just pop that down there. Let me tell you a story. Oh, let's have this share screen. Here we go. This is better. Righto, professional here. Don't worry about that. Here we go. Pop that there. Let me tell you a story. It goes something like this. Thinks he's a 10 with his puppy's triple red. Thinks he's looking fair with his multicolored hair. Thinks it's all that, but he looks like crap. Cause it's Jim Boy. Beyond drones. Oh yeah.
You are a sick individual. You just have too much time on your hands. That's it.
I know.
I'm only hurt that Adrian is not here to witness that. He'd be dying right now.
I know. He would be, wouldn't he? There you go.
Yeah. I guess I don't know who's going to be next week. It was Chris last week. You know, he took the heat for the beard, and as Matt let him know how he let Santa Claus down, and you know, what did Santa Claus want for Christmas? Well, I wanted a beard like Chris Hope. But no.
that was the main one he let down. Was Santa?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good job. How long did that take you to make?
Well, actually, once I because I did the biggest part was doing the music and the singing. That took the longest. And finding the picture of a piece of poo was easy. I
thought you were going to go more with the porn stash angle, but no.
Dude, there's just, you know, I didn't want to make it too long. There was so many lines I was thinking about to try, and it just I had to remain, you know, quite. I probably could have made a 3-minute song. In all honesty,
there's a lot of Jim Boy to go around. You got to condense it down.
That's it, mate.
A lot to be made fun of, right, Chris?
I didn't say it like that.
There you go, Jim.
But yeah, maybe.
New campaign commercial.
Chris, did you see my buddy's game room I had on here earlier?
Well, I was going to ask you, are those all your mounts, or is that?
That's all his.
Oh my goodness!
Show that again, Ron. We got all new people in here now. Matt, make Ron big again. Let's see this taxidermy heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Where are we? Here we go. Da 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 da.
But yeah,
True man cave.
Oh my God! Can you imagine that? Bullwinkle.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We got a place over here at a place called Corsicana, Texas. There's a company over there. He's got a game room it's quite impressive, full of all this exotic stuff, and he's even got an elephant tusk in it.
Yeah, this is like Cabela's.
Yeah, like Cabela's, exactly. Got him a Rio, got him some Rich Tag, and Ginsbach.
Jesus, look at this thing.
Yeah.
What is that one with? That's a Springbok. with the Longhorns?
I think is that a stag? I'm not sure.
Which
I'm
one's
not up on my
Which
African.
one's a Gizbot or Springbok?
That Longhorned one, Chris?
I'm not sure.
Look, Chris, look at this one. Well, he has some temporary beds down there because we have 3 guests here. But look what he did. He did a full body mount of this buck. That sits
That's
in
nice.
this little cubby. Normally, this bed is here, but that's kind of cool.
Yep.
Is that where you're sleeping, Ron?
Yeah.
Sleeping there. No way. I'll be looking around all night.
Oh my God, this is his bedroom?
Yeah. This is his basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Man.
Yeah.
That's look at that. Got the pelts hanging on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Look at all these different species of ducks.
Yeah, we got a wood duck, a ginger.
The turkey right over his bed. I'd be a bit afraid about that. They poo a lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mountain
Nice.
goat over there.
Nice man cave.
Yeah.
It really is
Yeah.
like night at the museum.
It is. Absolutely.
I see,
The life at night.
I see 2 zebras.
Yep.
1 zebra.
So he likes to go to Africa then.
Yeah. You've been there. So I'm showing
That's a
your game.
Florida black bear.
I've got to say good day to Al Diaz. I missed his chat there. Al Diaz, how are you, mate?
Does he come to Dallas
Yeah.
to the Safari Club deal they have up there once a year, right?
I'm not sure. This is his collection of, gosh, how many years? Probably 20 years or better.
Yeah, good for him.
Easy,
Yeah,
right?
Jim lives about 15 minutes from the Sportsman show, where Rodney, Paul, and Dennis are going to meet me tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's why you went there, right? For the show?
As in the morning.
You picked the exact
What's that?
wrong spot. You got that light above your head shining. Yeah.
Okay. Oop. That better?
Oh, that's,
Yeah. It got lost in the mix. I forgot you went there for that Sportsman show.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a riggers and outfitting show, or?
Yeah, it's the largest in the world. There's like 1,200 vendors there. There's outfitters all over the world. Anything you can think of outdoors, sports-wise, boats, campers.
All right, here's the weird question. What the hell is it doing in Philadelphia?
It's in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's at a farm show complex. It's been going on for 25, 30 years.
Well, okay.
But people come from all around the nation to come to this show. I talked to a guy from Florida today that drove up from Florida.
Well, I know we used to go hunting up in the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania. You get some nice sized deer up there, for real. But I've never seen anything else. Maybe a turkey.
Yeah.
That's why I asked why there rather than, let's say, Texas or something Midwest.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just where they've held it, and the NRA has taken it over.
Seems like Jim
Actually,
forgets a lot. He does, doesn't he? God.
But yeah, but looking forward to meeting the guys tomorrow. Then Mikey on Sunday, and should be a good time. Should be a fun weekend.
Oh yeah, y'all have fun, man.
Yeah,
sure.
Get to see the Rodney Bell beard tomorrow, and
Does Mikey know you're coming?
yeah,
Oh,
I think so.
damn.
Yeah, Paul said it wouldn't be a good idea to surprise him.
Oh no.
Actually, Rodney wins the competition now, the longest beard in YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Rub it in. You can't win them all, Matt.
I know, but you were at the top. You were at the top. You were the man.
I told you, give me a month, it'll be back.
Yeah, like Jim said last, best beard on YouTube.
It is. I don't know. I don't know if your fans can wait a month though, mate. You know what I mean?
Numbers may go down, Chris. Numbers may go down.
They're fickle.
It's a numbers game now.
The audience is fickle. I'll move on to a bigger beard somewhere else.
Poor guys.
Yeah.
If you check out Santa's YouTube channel, it's going huge now.
Yeah.
he got his crowd back, eh?
He has.
Yeah.
You stole it. He's got it.
I'll see what I
Steve
can do.
says Mikey knows.
But,
I'll see what I can do for the next time to come around.
yeah.
I can always put some. I can darken it up like Jim's, make it look longer.
Clear on number 9, brother.
I've got an idea for you. An idea for you, Chris. Now you've seen people running around with hair extensions, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Beard extensions.
Roger that. They
Yeah,
make them. How do you know that's not what I had before? Could have.
Well, there we go.
Could have. I might have just forgot to put them in.
The
This
truth is coming out. Yeah.
Just don't braid it, buddy.
No braid.
The secret is out. Chris Hope's beard. Fake news.
CNN.
That'll break the internet, that story.
It'll take it over, man. Something else to talk about.
Yeah.
It will be too.
Yeah.
Tonight we have a story today leaked to everywhere. The deception of Chris Hope when it comes to his public and his fans on YouTube.
Roger that.
Yeah, take the heat off Nancy Pelosi.
Oh.
Get you all fired up.
I don't think I've watched any. I bloody haven't either. I've got to apologise to you. Stingray Ariel got a lot of videos here, and his last one was posted 5 months ago.
Get the rumor started, Stingray.
Bloody hell.
Like my buddy said here today, he was telling me yesterday. Well, yeah, yesterday he said, just when you think you're having a bad day, remember there's a Mr. Pelosi.
Yeah. I love when was it her that was against putting a wall up and all that, and then somebody showed her house. It's all got this big brick wall around it.
Yeah.
But she's against the wall. Okay. What? Chris had beard extensions?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Won't let it go.
Uh-oh, that's going to go around the internet now.
I'm starting to feel the tension within the chat about the deception. Yeah. I think it's going to turn on you, Chris. It's just going to...
Oh, man. Hey, anything for numbers, right?
I've had a stomach extension for my view. I can't seem to get rid of it though. I'll try over the next 6 months, I think.
I just shot 4 Phantom Pro. I'm reading what Craig wrote. All jobs done. I just shot 4 Phantom Pro 3s and an Inspired 3 out of the sky. Bloody drones everywhere. Congratulations, Craig.
New breaking news video from Bill the Drone Reviewer. What? What's he got going on?
Oh, God. What breaking news? That 3 new drones are coming out that we all know about for months now? Well, since January anyway.
Or he's going
Is that the did that pop up, Rick? A notification? I didn't get that. I got one that RSD is trying again. But he's just on by himself now. And then I saw Greg from Oz by Drone was talking to him about wire crash.
He doesn't have any luck with that.
They just cannot get that Wirecast working correctly.
No. Crashes everywhere. So what's Bill got going on?
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna back out. I got some things to do, and I gotta get up early in the morning and head on out and meet Mr. Rodney and gang.
You bet. Y'all have fun, man.
But,
Can't believe you're leaving us, mate.
yeah, I know, buddy. I'm like my time zone stuff's all mixed up right now.
Yep. I know that.
I've been up since 3 this morning, my normal time. Yeah.
Hey, remember, if we don't see the pictures, it didn't happen.
Oh, there'll be pictures.
All right.
If we don't see the
It'll be-
pictures, it maybe shouldn't have happened.
But guys, have a good night. And
Good on you, Ron.
You too, Ron.
Rodney Bell footage all day tomorrow, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he's tickled to death,
Yeah, yeah.
like a kid in the candy store.
Is he going? Is he going live?
Yeah, he's gonna go live tomorrow.
All day long, he said.
I'm just curious, if
Now,
he
wait a
started-
minute. Didn't Ron start off by saying Rodney wasn't going to go live because it was too cold?
Well, not for a sunrise.
Oh, it's never too cold for a sunrise?
No.
Okay.
Flight from the kitchen window, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said in that live stream he did this morning on the way up there that he wasn't too sure if his normal Saturday morning live stream, Coffee with Rodney is going to go ahead. He wasn't too sure on that. See what happens.
Yeah.
You two-timer, Steve says.
Oh, alrighty, boys and ladies and gents in the chat. Everybody have a good night.
Have a great time tomorrow, man.
Yeah, stay tuned. There'll be the guy with the real beard tomorrow. Will
Ooh. Parting shots are fired.
That's okay.
I'm just busting you, buddy.
I can only grow it. I can't grow it up
Right.
first. Well, I got to grow it down here.
It don't matter.
More breaking news.
I just scared Matt.
Yeah,
You
breaking
did.
news. Santa's
Look
in the
out.
lead.
This is a young Peter.
Pete's in a competition, yeah.
I don't look
Got
that
his
old, do I?
trim.
I don't look as old as that, do I?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Now Adrian's really pissed.
Poor guy. He's missing all the fun.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Everybody have a good night.
See you,
See you
Ron.
later on.
Yeah, Ron.
Take care. Bye bye.
I've got to answer Slydad here. It's still burning, mate. There's areas which are still burning. They're not as bad as they were because we've had a lot of rain on this east coast, but there's areas that still haven't gotten to yet. So still going. Australia's still burning. I've got a new guest. I've got a new guest in the green room here, who I actually went out flying with when I went down to Melbourne.
Gotta be Andy.
No,
Not Andy. He's not in Melbourne.
Is it Andrew?
no. This is completely different.
Only
Osby.
one of two, I think, and I think one's already bowed out, so I think it must be the other one.
Must
Who's
be
left, Chris?
I have
the
no idea. It's great.
Must be
The
Gizmo, I reckon.
It could be Gizmo, the Peter Pan of the droning world. Here we go. How are you, Brett?
Yeah, g'day, Matt. G'day, guys.
Hi, Brett.
Fantastic to see you again, mate.
Victorian Aerial.
This is Gizmo. What about Victorian Aerial?
What is
Jim?
what is Gizmo?
It's
I
a
have
Gizmo.
not-
Gizmo drones.
I'm not familiar with that channel. Type in the chat there. I'll have to
Hey,
connect
Brett.
with the channel.
Brett, just type something in there, mate.
They should be familiar with it because it does
Sorry,
great.
guys. I had another tab open, and it was like stereo in my ears. I had the YouTube version and this live stream version. So
Yeah, get
closed
rid
off
of
the other tab. So, hi everyone. How you going?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing all right.
Yeah, pretty good. I went for a bit of a fly around 6:30 a.m. this morning for about 45 minutes, and came home, did some family things, and then Matt sent me a text and thank you for inviting me, and great to be here.
Oh, no worries, mate. Great to see you again, dude.
Likewise.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Tell everyone what you're stuffing around with. What are you flying and all that sort of cake.
Okay. Yep. So my latest acquisition is the Mavic 2 Pro, which I bought just a couple of months ago. But prior to that, I was using a Mavic Air for probably about a year. I've got a Mavic 2 Mini as well, Mavic Spark, and I've got a couple of Xiaomi drones. Got the 4K. I've got the Fimi SE and the Fimi 8, and I've got a whole range of maybe 10 other GPS drones, Chinese GPS drones, and a whole stack of non-GPS drones, which I've been flying for a little while, a couple of years.
Now, did your Fimi get better with the firmware updates?
Well, I've got a sad story with the 8, because the very first day I got it, I flew it down by where I normally fly my Mavic. I never had an issue with the Mavic, but I had a compass calibration issue, and I lost control immediately, and it crashed.
Wow.
broke 2 arms straight away. I bought replacement arms, and I've changed them over, but I've got a compass issue in the drone, so it's never flown again.
What a UFO, Chris?
I should have taken my own advice and gone to a park with no trees and flown it for the first time, but I assumed that the Fimi was up to par, but it wasn't. But the small Fimi, the A3, I think it is, that's been pretty good.
Chris, what the hell you got going on over there?
For the drone.
Let me ask you something, Brett.
Yeah.
Has your missus got a mix master going?
Oh, is there a noise? Ah, you know what it is? I've got a fan on this laptop.
Oh, I thought it was Chris.
So you know what it is? I had a microphone problem, and maybe the mic is coming from the laptop rather than my headset.
That's why I was doing this.
I'll tune out for a minute, and I'll try and fix that, because before this headset mic wasn't connecting.
Yeah.
Is that for a laptop fan?
It's a laptop. It's actually a really small laptop. It's got an 8-inch screen. It's got a Core M, 16 gig of RAM, terabyte drive. It's one of those really clever, chewy things.
That's not called a laptop, mate. That's called a phone.
I'm into gadgets as well as drones. So let me just switch out. Troubles, I probably need to buy a better system, like a USB mic headset, because I don't have one.
But it's coming through clear as day, though.
Oh, yeah.
You're picking up the fan.
We can hear it speed up, slow down, turn left.
I've got another laptop right next to me, so I can log in with that. And that's balance.
You can use the same.
I'll log out and try the other laptop.
Okay, mate.
Sorry about that.
I thought that was you, Chris. That's why I was putting my hand down like that.
You see me duck? Look out.
Yeah. Chris says you can hear it speed up, turn left.
Turn right. I thought maybe Amazon was delivering something.
Oh,
Here comes that fridge you ordered, Chris.
Yeah.
Remember?
Boom! It finally showed up.
Oh my God, that was bizarre.
I honestly, I thought Chris had a drone spinning up to kill the battery off or something. I didn't know what the hell that was.
I know, eh?
Now you hurt his feelings now, calling that a phone.
The iPhone 8.
Yeah.
8-inch.
It's 8 inches. That's a phone.
I hate to tell you, but that's a phone, dude. Man, you're rude to your guest there, Matt.
I'm his new one too, eh? And
He's never coming back. Yeah,
he lasted almost 5 minutes. I had him down at 4:22. Gone.
So almost a record for a new guest.
Oh,
Brett,
you're welcome to come back anytime.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I got all confused. I thought it was Brett from Victorial Aerial.
No, yeah, and that's what when we went out flying, Brett Gizmo was there as well as Brett from Victorian Aerial. So yeah, I just called him the two Bretts, but yeah, and he's one of the fellas who came out to lunch with us as well. So
I mean, how many times in your life do you hear someone called with the name of Brett? It's not often around me, and then you've got two of them in one location.
I know. I thought I had a stutter. Brett.
You're hogging all the Bretts.
I know. Yeah, no, exactly right. Yeah, you don't come across a lot of Bretts at all. Now, what's the go in America, right? I noticed that there's a name that it annoys me because it's either Craig or Greg, but they say Craig.
There is Craig, like Craig Biggio I grew up with. He became an Astros baseball player. But then there's Gregory is for Greg.
What about Craig? What about Craig?
Craig.
There it is. Is it?
It's almost every time I hear it, I go, what is it, Craig or Greg?
But there's two. There's Greg for Gregory and Craig just for Craig.
Craig.
Craig. K. To me, it's how you spell it. K with KR is Craig. CR is Craig. Then there's GRE, Greg.
Right.
They all sound the same.
I've never seen the K.
Let me write this down.
Speaking of K, you know Kirk Douglas just died at 103 years old?
Yep.
Did he?
Saw that. Spartacus.
Yeah. Oh. Thank you for having said that, Christopher. I mean, how many people remember that movie?
It was on TV last night. They put it on last night on TV.
I didn't see it.
I didn't either. 103. I didn't even know he was still alive. I remember when Michael Douglas had brought him out on one of those Oscar shows, and he had what did he have? Multiple sclerosis, or
he had a stroke a long time ago.
Okay,
and it's one that affected his speech and his mobility.
I knew I had seen him back then. I didn't know he was still alive. 103. Yeah. Wow.
It's funny, because you don't realize that a lot of people are alive until you hear they're dead and go, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
he was still alive.
I'm scared to get that age. When I started out as a certified nursing aide, which is a diaper wiper for adults. That's what it is. You do all the dirty jobs. And when you see these nursing homes, the only ones who get taken care of are the ones who get visitors.
Yeah.
So, if you know someone in a nursing home, go visit them every now and then. They'll get better treatment than the ones who never get visitors. Sorry, but that's life. Boy, how did I get off on that subject? Anyway, Kirk Douglas was a great actor. How many movies did he make? You know, I have never forgotten that movie, Spartacus. That was the wild action days without any of that CGI and all the fake graphics we do now.
No, the chariot races were real.
Yeah.
Real people riding in them.
That's right, because they didn't have special effects.
Ben-Hur.
Yeah, exactly, same thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you had to get the stuff done. And the only way to do it, and they're actually doing it again now with the new Top Gun movie, where they've chucked the actors in the planes.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to see that one.
Oh, I would too, mate. That's oh man, you got to have nuts. You got to have nuts like that to open the throttle up on one of those things.
Yeah.
I've sat in.
They do that stuff every day out in near Steve in California, and we had the Yuma, Arizona proving grounds, the Yuma proving grounds. It's all missile grounds where they practice bombing runs. And a couple of them look back to see where their bombs hit, and their plane goes right into the side of the mountain. They always tell you, never look to see where the bomb hit. You'll know whether it hit right or not. But I'm sure Steve has seen a lot of them out by Camp Pendleton. There's another Marine Corps training base.
Oh, there you go. He was too.
That's right. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That is right. I forgot about that, Art.
Remember
Thank
that?
you.
Hey, what was that submarine TV show?
Sea Hunt.
No, the one before that. Captain
Something.
Nelson? Somebody Nelson?
That's Sea Hunt.
Gilligan's Island. Their boat turned into a submarine.
It was a 3-hour tour, man.
It was a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
The tiny ship was tossed.
If it wasn't for the courage of the fearless crew,
The
We know
minnow
we
would be lost.
I found the minnow. I'll have to send you a picture of it.
You can only get that kind of entertainment here. Like reading a book to a kid. And then, young Jimmy.
Holy moly. That's actually what I thought about when I when I say to you when Ron comes on. I said, when did you meet her? When did you meet her, Jim? And you go, oh, on a Sunday. And what happened?
Matter on a Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. That's right,
Oh,
Art.
yeah.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That's it. Voyage to the bottom of the sea. With
Sea
Captain
Hunt
Nelson.
had Sea Hunt with Lloyd Bridges.
That's right, yeah.
And the Sea Hunt was before Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, right?
Would have
I
been,
love
yeah.
it.
Do you remember that was it Animal Kingdom or Wild Kingdom or Marlon Perkins? This week, Bob's gonna wrestle an alligator. Or what was his name? That poor bastard from Mutual of Omaha. It was
Yeah.
support. You remember that?
Yeah.
Whoever this guy was, he used to take one for the team every week.
His name was Adrian.
His
And now
name,
Bob's gonna wrestle an alligator.
his name was Jim.
Was it
Yeah.
really?
Yes, it was. I remember. What is his name? Perkins, Marlon Perkins.
Yeah, Marlon Perkins.
Jim was the big young guy.
Yeah.
And he's
Jim
really
used to take one for the team every week.
pretty good at it.
That was a good Sunday show. Yeah.
And then the Wonderful World of Disney come on after that.
You were right, Chris. You were right, Chris. Brett hasn't come back, eh?
No,
He didn't. He didn't like that.
you scared him off.
I didn't come here for this kind of abuse.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to cut out myself.
I haven't even had a go at you yet. Yes, I have. Yeah, all right, mate.
Yeah, y'all tore me up right off the bat.
Yeah, didn't take long. Didn't take long, did it?
All I had to do was show up. Man, your bed, it's gone.
We thought we'd get over and done with, and then the pain's over and done with, then we can talk normally to each other.
Yeah, I got you. You guys have a good weekend, Matt. Go to work or go. See, is it Saturday? Is it noon yet over there where you're at?
Yeah, it's 12:30 here. Yeah, so
All right,
I'm going to work tomorrow.
You going up Saturday or Sunday, Chris?
No, I'll go up Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'll be over.
Why don't you? I mean, last time I used to do the Saturday mornings when Rodney was off. I mean, you could do one if you wanted to.
Yeah, well, sometimes Mel and if Mel does it, we are too close. He's like a minute difference.
Yeah.
So Mel will sometimes take Saturdays, and Les will do Saturdays sometimes too, and sometimes on Sundays Les will do it, and we're like 5 minutes apart.
Well, that's why we had to stop because all our times collided between me, Rodney, and Mikey.
Yeah, but that's fine. You know, if they need me to fill in, I've flown Saturday sometimes, but there was a gap there because somebody was missing. So
You get a nice view out at that lake. I like that.
yeah, it's Texas weather, man. It's either or it's or. It's hard to. It's either good or it's bad.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, he's back again. He's back again, and I think he's going to let me have it.
Ooh.
Oh, I want to stay for just a longer. Turn up, Brett.
Brett,
Sorry
we
about
thought
that, guys.
we thought we scared you off.
No, I've got a couple of laptops, but I never use the camera. The other laptop, the camera wasn't the best, so I thought I'd better try a third laptop. And because I'm a security nut, I had to re-enable the camera and the microphone, and all the privileges and so on. So
You're the man. You're the man for stepping back in. I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much.
He's a gladiator.
I lost you.
He's
So
a gladiator.
have I interrupted anything? Like, what were you talking about?
Absolutely nothing.
We were talking about you, Brett. To be honest.
I can come back later if you want to keep going.
Oh no! You've just proved me wrong.
It's better in person.
Yeah, so I'm in the IT industry, so I should know better. But so yeah, I do drones for fun, but IT is my profession.
Now, when you sign off your computer every night, I use CC Cleaner to wipe my the browser and all that crap. Do you use any of that nonsense?
I use add-ons that do that for me automatically, and I use multiple browsers depending on what I'm doing.
Because I heard you say you're a security nut, and I like that.
Yeah.
I think that I'm getting a measure of security when I wipe my with the
cookies
CC Cleaner.
Yeah, your history and the cookies. That's right, because
Yeah.
they're tracking you. But I mean, that's a whole discussion about security. But I don't know if you want to talk about security. But
Well, you know something.
Yeah.
With remote ID coming up, we're going to have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be an internet connected constant. Your drone's constantly going to have to be internet connected.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things about security, authentication, tracking, keys to the front door, keys inside.
It's scary.
I've worked for a company that does that sort of thing. So for the telcos. So you're being tracked by everything and everyone, which is scary. Big brother, for sure. And a lot of it is to do with monetization, understanding people's behavior and trying to come up with new marketable products to meet what people want and are doing. Yeah, but in the drone space, absolutely. Once 5G becomes available for the drones, and we use 5G to control it rather than 5 gig or 2.4 gig. We can fly further if they let us, but they can certainly track us. That's for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. If any of you guys know Kevin Finister, he's been doing security for, 20 years. But it was, I think about a year ago, he said that when DJI Go connects to the internet, it connects to something like 24 different channels. Even Alibaba is connected when you hit your Go app and turn on. It's crazy how many internet connections it makes. That's why it takes up so much resources on these little phones.
I mean, that's true for any web page you go to, because you've got ads and you've got this and you've got that coming from different sources. So that's probably not highly unusual in that all sorts of organizations are, a part of the connection. And so a lot of those ad blockers will block, connections to different hosts around the internet who are providing these sort of additional ads and information. But yeah, I'm not surprised by that. And also it's probably a distributed system, not one single system you're connecting to, be a cloud-based system.
Right.
But basically once you go 5G, the telcos can already track your location and go back in time. But whether you got your GPS on or not doesn't make any difference at all. And they already know exactly what you're doing, where you're doing it, and how much, which applications. So,
Christ, we gotta have a talk, man.
I noticed when I'm, if I go into my Google thing, it goes travel history for the last month, and it shows me everywhere I've been. That's in Google.
That's because you've got tracking turned on for Google. You can turn that off in your settings. So
I'm sure they still track you, but they just don't tell you they're tracking you.
Exactly
But,
right, mate. Yeah, there's no it doesn't keep it locally stored.
I'll get
Yeah.
one every now and then. I noticed that, and I did shut my tracking off because it came up on my phone. It said, "You just passed such and such a site. Did you want to put a picture of it on the internet? On
Yeah.
Google Photos?"
Yeah.
So Google's also tracking Wi-Fi access points. So it not only uses GPS, but if you're in a shopping center, for example, it'll pick up the Wi-Fi, so they can track you within the building, even though there's no GPS, and then they can serve up ads relative to where you're located. So and also they know your preferences, your buying preferences, so they can give you something that's personalized.
I've got to say, see you later, Steve Carpenter. Thanks for popping in once again, mate. Been awesome having you, and I'll catch you next time.
Well, you got to remember, anything you've ever bought with a credit card, since that stuff started coming out, they know what underwear size you take, the shirt size you are, your shoe size. They know everything there is to know about you.
And I don't want to run Google down because we're using a Google service, and I love Google. But anything that's in your Gmail account has been scanned by them, receipts or anything. So they've got everything. If you're using Google. And Apple would be the same.
So
Exactly
is
right.
Microsoft doing the same with their Hotmail and Live mail?
I use a paid Microsoft Office 365 account in the hope that they're not, but I don't know for sure. And being a US company, they have to provide backdoors anyway to the relevant agencies. So, so I guess that's okay because we're all the good guys, right? So, but for buying habits and things like that, if you use a paid account, generally that won't happen. If you're using a free account, you can expect that's happening.
That's what I don't understand. Like, okay, that boots in with the fact that we have to call China to get our drone unlocked in the United States to fly in a certain area. How the hell did the U.S. ever let that happen, or any country for that matter? Because to bring up the point, like right now, they're all suing Hawaii, right, for having backdoor access on the 5G. Canada, Australia, the United States.
Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I could comment about those things. I just don't want to get too deep into it on the internet.
Yeah.
But honestly, they've all got backdoors, right? So all the vendors, to whatever region they're in, have an alliance to. So it's not unusual. It's not uncommon, and it wouldn't surprise me. Any vendor for any country would have that sort of thing. Like in Australia, for example. They've passed laws about encrypted systems, and the government wants to have that available to them, like a backdoor access. And I'm sure that's the same case in the US and many other countries. So none of that's unusual. It's a sad fact of the way the world is these days. That we're all being monitored for whatever we're doing electronically.
In your opinion, because I have a VPN. Are VPNs of any value?
I use a VPN as well. I have a plugin to my Firefox browser, and sometimes I use a VPN to have all traffic go down the VPN. But to be really honest, yes, that bypasses your service provider, so they can't see what you're doing. But it always comes out somewhere. It always terminates somewhere.
Yeah.
And at that point, they can see what you're doing. Now, a lot of those VPN providers say they don't keep logs, blah, blah, blah. But they still connect to an ISP, and that ISP would be able to track what you're doing. So, like, there's no perfect security system unless you've got encryption absolutely end to end, and you own the network. But if you don't own the network, I mean, it's only so much security. So you take a risk in everything you do.
Yeah.
And but definitely, if you want to bypass some of those ads, and if you want to bypass local monitoring. Or you want in Australia, we want to get US movies, for example, that haven't been released. VPNs and proxy servers are a great way of doing that.
Yeah, my computer I've noticed lately actually is starting to lag out a bit, especially when I'm on the internet. I mean that happens with all computers, and I've had it over about 18 months now. I've had about that. so it's starting to get really laggy.
Have you ever cleaned it with like CC Cleaner or any of those products?
Never done anything like that. No.
When I shut off at night, I'll have 2,000 files of cookies on the damn thing. Cookies alone.
Yeah.
Because it cleans Microsoft, it cleans Google. And, you know, Brett, I don't even know if it's really cleaning it or just telling me it is.
No, it would be cleaning it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you can get a browser. What I do is I use Chrome, of course, but I have two versions of Chrome. I've got the one that you install on your PC like you normally do with apps, but I use portable apps as well, which is basically, and I have another version of Chrome which I use for a different account. And then I have a lot of portable apps which include Firefox and a whole different bunch of normal applications. Being portable, the data is not being distributed across your laptop. It's all being localized into a folder, and it's easy to clean and to make sure it's clean. And you can then just copy that portable app folder when you get a new laptop. You don't need to install anything. You just basically just drag it into the new laptop, or you can run it off a USB stick. I mean, I run normal apps as well, but I'm just saying if you're sensitive about security, that's one way of doing it, portable apps. If you go to their website, you'll see it.
Brett, you just got a couple of questions to answer. Do you play guitar? Slydad asked you that.
Yeah, you can see the guitars in the background. My wife is a musician and a singer, so she's got all sorts of guitars, Martin guitars, you name it, she's got it.
Sweet.
She's got keyboard. Yeah, she's a fantastic singer as well. And Opera browser. That's their own VPN, but with like I use Ivacy. I'm not sure if Ivacy is the best or not, but they have a plugin for Firefox. So anything, as soon as you run Firefox, it automatically turns on for your Firefox. So Opera would have their own VPN, so that's what you're using. So it all comes down to how much you trust Opera, because the traffic would terminate to their location. So
the one thing I noticed is when I use a VPN, my speeds go way to hell down.
That's true. That's true. Sometimes it's quicker because what some of the service providers do is they have what they call a proxy server, which is a local cache. And when you have a VPN, you're going straight to the internet. You're not going through that cache. So sometimes it's quicker for browsing, but other times, as you say, if you're doing video or time-sensitive traffic, the VPN tunnels are it's a reduced traffic. The pipe is smaller, and you're sharing it with everyone else who's using that service wherever it's terminating. So you're right. It's not usually the best, but sometimes you want to do it for whatever reason.
Sorry, I just got to someone asking here for a Al.
Anyone looking for a 48? Oh, anyone below a 48 looking for a Mavic 2 Zoom for sale? Less than 2 hours on it, $930. That's actually a good price.
Is that US?
Yeah.
It's Aussie. It's a great deal.
I'll tell you what, a Zoom is, yeah. There was actually a Mavic 2 Pro for sale, Fly More kit, and a mate of mine who was negotiating with him yesterday, mucking around with it, and got him down to $1,700 for a Fly More Mavic 2 Pro, and with bugger all flight time on it. So that was sensational because normally you won't get one under $2,000. As being second hand. Now, being second hand, they're just about new anyway, because a lot of these people are too scared to take them up, and they start flying around the backyard and they land them and go, bugger this. It's and a lot of people sell them, and that's where I picked up my second hand Pros from. People just go, oh my god, it's too scary, and they get given them or they buy them. They think they're going to get into them, and it just goes nowhere. So very, very low flight times. So probably less than a refurb from DJI, to be honest.
I bought that. That's the price I originally bought. Over a year ago now? My Mavic 2 Fly More kit was $1,786, and that was before the tariff went up. So I don't know what they are right now. But Al's got one battery, 2 chargers, charger control, or one battery with 2 chargers. The charger control, but it's a backup for a construction project. I don't understand that. Maybe I should just shut up. I was helping him out, but no.
That's not a first.
I think he's saying he's got one battery that's only had 2 charges on it, I think.
That's
And
what I
charge a controller as well.
Bought. Bought it. Yep. There you go. That's what he bought.
Oh, bought it as a backup camera. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. I do the same with for construction. That's why I have a couple of drones. You got the Evo 2 Pro on the way? Good for you. You know, they had that at CES, and I'm sure they have it online. You can pre-order for $50 down. No.
Man.
That was the X Dynamics Evolve. I forget how much Ortel wanted.
When are we going to see this in Australia? Oh my God.
What?
The Ortel 2.
Well, what are you looking for? The stupid thing has got the pixel size is half a normal camera. So, you know, what do you want?
What was that, Jim?
The pixel size is nothing. It's a 0.8 pixel size.
I'm not interested in the still photo, mate.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that. You don't care about photos.
Nah, I don't care, mate. The video on it is pretty impressive, man. And the megabit rate, 120. That's just slamming it, mate. That's beautiful. But you know, I've seen the footage from them, man, and they're pretty good. It's hard to tell though over YouTube how the quality actually is, and you won't know until you grab that footage off the SD card for yourself.
And you figure YouTube is using VP9 codec, so you've got to be watching it on a 4K TV in 4K of YouTube to even make sure that it's using the VP9 code. It won't use VP9 under 1080-60. So you're trying to see the quality. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Screw that camera. I think it's all marketing hype. That whole Ortel crap doesn't impress me.
Yeah. Now I'm not too sure what the first Ortel was. Actually, there's a second-hand one for sale I saw the other day come up in one of my well, as we were talking about, Brett, it's come up in one of my would you be interested in? Well, yeah, okay, I would, mongrels. And it was $540, I think, for the Ortel, the first Ortel. Well, I mean, Ron loves them, you know, and I've seen footage from them, and I was impressed with them because I was going to move away from DJI. But I've said in the past I didn't like the wide angle on it. I didn't like the field of view; it was way too wide. But as I said, they have fixed that in the new one. But for $540, what a drone! 3 batteries, ready to roll. Man, fantastic.
Brett, you said you just got the Mavic 2 Pro, right?
Yes.
Make sure you use that in the HQ mode for your best pictures.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll get not the vignetting. You'll get the bending effect on the in regular FOV mode.
So what I've tested all the different modes, and I've decided which mode I like best. So basically, I'm in normal color mode in H.264.
Right.
I found that H.265 and using the D-Log and so on. Oh, you can't hear me?
No. I'm just saying see you later to Stingray. He's nicking off.
Oh, okay.
Thanks very much.
I mean, for me to use that D-Log stuff, I'd had to go to a new application, which I did get a copy of, and but the learning curve is going to take a while. And I just found the standard H.264 with the standard color, using the same methodology I'd used with the Mavic Air, gave me out-of-the-box results. I didn't have to tinker too much. I don't want to spend forever tinkering with this and that. I just want to go and fly, put a video together, and just put it on YouTube.
Right. But I'm surprised you even played with 265.
Well, I did try it because everyone on the internet, on YouTube, says, you want to use D-Log, and you have to use H.265 for that, and to get the extra bits and the high-quality video. But honestly, and also the thing I discovered with the Mavic 2 Pro is that it doesn't use the full 1-inch sensor. It only uses the resolution that you've selected. And I usually film on 2.7K because I find that's the best for my laptop. I don't have to wait forever for a down mix. And for when you're editing it a few times, I don't want to take a whole week to do one video.
Well, it's probably doing line skipping anyway, so it doesn't overheat.
Mm-hmm. But I found that the dynamic range and the colors and the clarity and the evening low light stuff, it's fantastic in H.264 and just standard color, and then you can just add a bit more color and whatever you want to do afterwards.
Yeah, I shoot in normal too.
Have you tried? You said you shoot in 2.7 for the processing, easier on your processing power.
Yeah.
Have you? What are you using to edit?
I've got a few packages. When I first started doing YouTube, I tried like half a dozen packages. The one I'm using is actually a really basic package, but it kind of meets my needs. I bought VSDC Pro, or even the standard VSDC will work, because it does 4K, it does every resolution. It's got all the editing that you might want.
What is that? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I think it ships with the GoPro. I think that's what I had read somewhere. That's what comes with the GoPro. But you can download the free version and use it, or you can spend $40 a year or whatever it is for the Pro version. I did get a copy of DaVinci, so I've got a full license of DaVinci. I haven't got into it yet.
DaVinci for some reason. They love it.
Well, it's a fantastic program. It really is. You've just got to have time to learn it.
I moved up to the Power Director. I moved up to Director Suite 365 so I could do the color, add the HDR color and play with that.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
I had one of our viewers, Kenny, was the one who told me that I was doing my analyzing wrong in the first place, because we're filming at 100 megabits a second, and my presets, the default presets, were only at like 50 megabits and all that, so I wasn't getting my video rendered out correctly.
I mean, I've seen all these YouTube videos about using 24 frames a second, for proper cinematic, video, and 25 or 30. I run 60 because I found when I run 24 and 25, when you're turning, it's all jittery. Whereas
I shoot 60.
I've only got the option of shooting in 30, and that's NTSC too. PAL only ever goes to 24-25. So I shoot with NTSC 30 with the Mavic Pro because there's no other option. Also, what I was getting at before was within that program that you're editing with, have you got an option? You can put 4K footage in there. Have you got an option to render within that timeline? Because when you do that, it lowers the grade. And that doesn't need processing power. And you can do all your editing, all your colors and all that sort of stuff, and it will be quite smooth to play back. And then when you share it off and render it off to a final file, it comes out as true 4K.
Yes, it does have that option. I mean, it doesn't have a target time, but basically I do my editing in 1080p in low quality resolution to get it the quicker down mix. But also what I do is I break it up into segments. So I work out what I want to use in the beginning, in the middle, and the end, and I just work on those pieces and then later on join them up just to speed up the down mix time.
Okay. Because I've been doing that for a little while now with my computer with the ever since I've had the Pro basically. It depends on what transitions and stuff that I put in there as how smooth it's going to play back. Some transitions it just doesn't want to do it, and then it doesn't freeze. It just the music keeps going, but the picture stops. It's going. Thinking about that transition. So if I render the whole thing before,
are you doing a proxy? You can do a 720p proxy.
Well, it is. It's basically something like that. I don't think it's 720. I think it's 1080 because it's still a decent sort of picture. And then I just edit to that. And then when you edit it off, it comes out as your 4K, which you're after anyway. 1080 online.
He edits to the beats of the music too.
Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes if it kind of works, I'll do it. If it doesn't work, I don't worry about it.
Kenny shoots 1080 and upscales to 4K. That seems odd.
Who does that?
Kenny.
Kardoso Media.
Kenny.
Kardoso.
That seems bizarre.
Yeah. You would shoot 4K 60 and then maybe render it down to 1080 60.
Yeah. Well, that's right, because you want to keep the quality. If you're going from 1080 to 4K, it's still only 1080.
Yeah.
It ups the.
How can you render up?
You
can't
can't.
render 1080p to 4K. It's not 4K.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it will be 4K in terms of, the dots, but it's still a 1080p resolution.
Yeah, see, I upscaled all of my Spark footage when I do it, and to be quite honest, man, I'm pretty impressed with the outcome.
Yeah, you've got some good outcome, some good videos.
Yeah, I mean, maybe your software is doing some kind of, drawing in the blanks, like smoothing things out.
Well, see, the thing is, what I'm shooting with too, there's a 1080p on the Spark. Now, that's a great camera. It really is a great camera. And
now, look, you see what Sly Dad says there? I'm sorry to interrupt, but Sly Dad is correct. YouTube VP9 doesn't always kick in. It only kicks in when you're doing 1080p at 60. That forces the VP9 codec to come into play.
Okay. Well, I've got something here, right, with that comment there. I can definitely see a difference when I'm watching a 1080 or a 4K footage on YouTube with my footage, especially. I can tell the clarity that a 4K is, whereas the even my Spark footage, when I do digital sharpening on it and I upscale to 4K, it's still not as sharp as a 4K, and I can see that on my telly. So I'm not sure whether that's okay.
It's not true 4K, but it's cleaner. But maybe they're adding frames, Brett.
I don't know.
I mean, YouTube do advertise their resolutions for each of the 1080p, 2.7, 4K, so you can see the resolution that they're storing and streaming. They advertise it.
Yeah, and I didn't know that they had a signature devices program either, which I posted in the Facebook group. But I did go reading up on the VP9, and they state that in order to force the VP9 codec to get the better picture, you should be uploading at 1080p 60. Those are their words. It forces the VP9 codec to come into play.
Well,
otherwise, use the lower resolution for them. It's cheaper for them.
That's a beer ad, if you didn't know what that was. He's got a beer ad as his ringtone.
Oh, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just just got to get onto. Oh, here we go, Kenny. Okay.
Want to see? It's not true 4K, and he's got some great. Kenny's got some great. Kardoso Media has great videos up on YouTube. They look fantastic.
The hell have I still got that thing going on? My shirt's going on that thing again.
Yeah, I do see it on your shirt. I see the brick wall.
You haven't turned it off.
I haven't either. How do I turn that off? Oh, I don't look sensational like I normally do. Dude, let me introduce you to somebody.
Hey, wait, Kenny says send him a link.
Oh no, bugger Kenny. I'm not going to. I don't want him on the show. He's
yeah.
He knows too much.
He knows jack shit. He doesn't. He's got no idea what he's talking about. So I got to get this other bloke on, because this bloke knows what he's talking about. Kenny Kardoso.
What's up, guys?
Okay.
What's happening?
That's why he was putting you down. What's up, brother? It's good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Oh, absolutely, mate. About time we bloody caught up. Let me tell you, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So did you hear what I was talking about that VP9 with YouTube?
Yeah.
They're actually being lazy and whatever is easier for them, but you can force the VP9 codec rendering by using 1080p 60.
Well, and that's why Yeah, that's why I upload in 4K now too, because I found when I was uploading just at 1080, the compression would like ruin it a bit, you know. And now with 4K, with the higher bit rate, for some reason, even if you're watching it in 1080, it's so much more clear.
It is. I found a lot of if I upload a 1080, which I have done in the past, there's a lot of pixelation going on with that. That was with this is when I first sort of started putting my drone footage up. I did put 1080 up. Now I didn't know much about my program either, so I wasn't even upping the bit rate. So that was still going up at 24 bit megabit. So the quality of that, but it was okay off the SD. It looked okay, but once YouTube got its hands on it, pixelating city, man, and I just wasn't happy with it. And this is what got me on the road to going through my program, and it took me so many renders, so many edits, so many different settings that I was checking to try and get good footage out of the Spark.
Yeah, exactly.
Kenny, that was you that told me to hit that profile analyzer button, right? In Power Director? When I was using the presets for my 4K and I wasn't happy with it. Remember we were talking about that?
Well, I think it's because you were rendering it at a different frame rate than what you shot it at. Wasn't that what it was?
It was. The default presets were actually, because I was shooting at 4K 60, was actually lowering the quality. Rendering at a lower quality.
Yeah, so then it stutters a bit because it's a different frame rate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Rick.
Yeah. It was the megabit too. Your megabits was nowhere near 100.
Yep, it was half that. I think it was 50.
We got a lot of people saying g'day here to Kenny.
What's up, everybody?
It must be because of his subscriber count, you know.
Oh wow.
Popular.
Not quite.
I'm going to have to get myself an intro done for Kenny now. Where are we?
Now, you do all your videos in that DCI 4K, right? The full 4K instead of the 3860 by 2160 or 38.
No, I do 38.
You do?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that you have the movie bars up on top.
Oh, I just put the output blanking to like 235 or whatever.
Okay.
You could add like different bars for that, yeah.
Instead of 16:9?
Yeah. Or no, I think regular is just like 2:1 or whatever, whereas with the bars, the cinematic thing is like 235 is what most of them use.
The widescreen TV movie effect.
Yeah.
See, this is what I was saying to Jim during the week on your Facebook page, mate. And how many people have 4K compatible TVs? Well, I think that's actually increasing because there's a lot of people with 4K TVs now, but a lot of people don't watch YouTube on their TV. But as I said to Jim, I don't care the percentage of people who watch it on their phones. I don't care the percentage of people who watch it on their tablet. But if someone was to watch it on a 4K TV, I don't want it to look like crap because that's where I test all my footage on my TV.
Yeah.
So this is why I do what I do when I go into post is I make sure everything's as high as I can go because I want it to look good if someone was to watch it on their 4K TV.
Right, and that's what was annoying me because when you look at mine and their construction videos, when you're looking at a power line and it's flickering or at a roof top and, the shingle lines are flickering, that annoys the hell out of me. Because that's not how it looks in 4K. Yet that's how it was coming up on YouTube.
Well, that's right, and I think we fixed that on that week that we were talking with the rendering and all that sort of good stuff that we were.
Brett, it turns out that Cyberlink Power Director has this stupid button. It's called Profile Analyzer. Now, would that in any way tell you that, hey, Jim, hit this to render at 100 megabits a second in 4K? How does Profile Analyzer equate to render? I don't get it. But anyway, I think Kenny told me to do that, and son of a gun, if it didn't it didn't work. It actually rendered at 4K 60, 100 megabits a second, and you can see the difference in the video.
Nice.
It's gorgeous.
It's massive, mate. It's massive because if there's any, when it comes to frame rates and things like that, if there's any inconsistency with what you're rendering off at to what you're doing, it's going to be crap.
Yeah.
You need to match that frame rate, man. That's probably the most important bit.
And you know, if it's annoying you, that other people must be looking at it and saying, "Oh, this is crap," and moving on.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, every time I render something off and every time I do an edit, I pause before I go to render, and I think to myself, "Will Kenny like this?"
So Kenny's the reference. I have to check out your stuff, Kenny.
He does good work, man. He puts the time in.
I just try my best. That's all.
Mate, you do a good job, eh? That's what got me into your channel to start with.
Thank you.
I really liked the way you film stuff. It's totally different to what I do.
And then again, it just seems like he has better scenery than the rest of us too. He does than me. I know that. I've got Orlando here, but then again, that's a no-fly zone. So what good is that?
Well, I mean, a lot of Kenny's footage ain't from a drone.
Yeah.
It's all handheld stuff, isn't it, mate?
Majority of it is now, yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since I started off with my Spark, that's what got me into making videos. Then I just wanted to add a little bit more to it, so that's when I got my camera and started fiddling around with that. Just add a different perspective,
To answer Slide Dad's question, how many people have 4K TVs?
I do.
Well, that's what I just answered, mate. I answered that before.
Right. But I don't have a 4K monitor. But I will go watch my own videos on the TV, on the 4K TV. But I'm not editing on a 4K monitor. Are you, Brett?
Actually, this laptop is 4K, but to be honest, I normally don't. I mean, normally the laptop is sharp enough, even if it's 2K or whatever it is, or it's sharp enough to edit, as long as you downmix in the right resolution. That's what counts.
That's right, mate. Yeah, and poor old Lloyd here.
This one, Bob.
Yeah, I must agree with Lloyd on that one. Seeing he's having a go at me before for not saying anything, I'll pipe up and agree with him on that one.
You don't agree with Lloyd that his stuff looks like crap?
I agree with that as well. My stuff always looks worse on YouTube, always.
Oh, it will.
And the file sizes that they end up with are probably 1/4 or even less than that. Like if you look at the file size. Mine could be 6 gig, and probably YouTube gets it down to like 800 meg or something. Who knows?
Oh God!
Yeah, it will. It'll always look worse, mate. And as I said, if I plug mine straight into the TV, it's awesome. Yes. What drone was that, Ken? I was going to ask you that actually.
That's a Q500 actually.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the first one before the Q500 Plus, the 4K. This is the Typhoon G, but it's a Q500, same body, same everything. It was actually my dad's. He gave it to me.
He gave it to you?
Yeah, I've flown it like once.
Have you? What was it like, mate? What was I've heard varying things on those things, and footage-wise, what was it like?
It's okay. It's really big. It's compared to, even a Spark, I think a Spark's way better than it, so.
Wow.
Yeah. But again, this is the original Q500, not the 4K one. I think the 4K one's a lot better. Like the next generation of it was a lot better. But the range on this is only like maybe 300 meters.
It's Wi-Fi, huh?
Yeah.
And that's a 1080, is it?
This one is, yeah. But it has a removable camera and gimbal, and it has like a ground station, so you could actually walk around with it. So
yeah,
it's cool.
That seems to be a feature that they've put into most of their drones, is the fact that you can do that.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, they've got that handle, right?
Yeah.
But
probably wouldn't be able to get the same effects of depth of field and things like that Ken gets with his camera, you know, because it is a drone camera. It's very difficult to get that, you know. I can get it slightly with the Pro, not to the depth of what a handheld camera can get, but I can get that slight blurriness with, depends how close things are.
You mean the bokeh?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what comes with like a prime lens. Like for my camera, I have a Sigma 30 millimeters, and it goes down or opens up to like f1.4, so you can get some nice bokeh with that.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
don't talk to Peter about lenses, mate.
Yeah. Look at that thing in the back there.
That's his smaller one. It hasn't got the girth.
Was that last week or the week before? That was 2 weeks ago, right?
It was 2 weeks ago, mate. Yeah.
Oh, there's another.
Brett,
again.
Oh, you got the
we had lens envy going on here on the show.
I actually saw that the other day about the
Oh,
lens
you did?
envy. Yes, I watched it and had a laugh.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Unfortunately, I can't compete with you guys when it comes to cameras. I just got my phone and I've got the Osmo Pocket.
Okay.
Oh, I saw the Osmo Pocket in action a month or so ago now.
Yeah.
That Brett walking around. I didn't even know he had one in his hand, to be honest. He looked like he was holding a toothbrush.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can't use the drone, right? So it's something to supplement or complement the video.
The first time I even saw that was last month at CES. Man, that thing really can be hidden in your hand.
It can. Yeah, it's incredible.
And his mini as well was the first time I'd ever looked at one and had a bit of a feel.
Yeah.
Was that Rick Halber who said he sold his because the screen, he couldn't even see the screen? Remember that somebody was telling us that they got rid of their Pocket because they couldn't see the screen on it.
Okay.
That what is that thing? Not even a half inch, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty small, but actually, you know, if you can like just walk around and point in the right direction, generally you'll capture the video. I mean, you don't have to study the screen it's a bit like flying, right? You can, after a while, you get a sense of how these things work and point in the right direction.
I noticed that about the way you flew. Actually, just press record as soon as you take off and then land and hope for the best.
Hey, you can always cut it in post, right?
I always record because you know what happens if you don't press record when you take off? You might forget to record in flight, which has happened to me.
Do you know what? I've actually stopped doing that. I used to do that with the Spark because I could afford it on SD space. A 64 gig. I mean, you can just record for 72 years and it won't be full. But I found that with the Pro, I had to be really careful. But what I did too, because of that, I'll line a shot up, I'll press record, I'll do the shot and then stop it. Because I found that when I come to recording, what a pain in the butt it is to go through huge files looking for a shot. Yeah. I found it a lot better to have my shot that I think might be a shot, press record, do that, and then stop it. Because every file I look at, I know is going to be potentially something that I wanted.
It's going to be a winner.
Yeah.
You know that, Brett.
Could be a winner.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not as good as you, Matt. So sometimes some of my unplanned footage is the stuff I use.
Yeah, we saw up your nostril on the other one. Yeah.
It's by surprise you get something that's good.
That's right. That's right, mate. Hey, what did you grab there, Ken?
This little whoop I just got not long ago.
Are you kidding me? How's that going for you?
Terrible.
What one is that? Is that the center whoop?
No, it's just like a little cheapo whoop, but it's good. I try it, but all I ever do is hit the ceiling and break plants in the house and scare the dog, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That was my experience with those little things.
I was actually had a very quick conversation with Drone Worship, who's actually in the chat here now. How are you, mate? With his FPVs and all that sort of thing, because I am interested in having a look at it and getting into stuff like that, you know. And I mean, the first drone I ever bought, moving from fixed wing, was a Ranger Stinger. Now, no GPS and all that sort of stuff, so it teaches you how to fly, basically, which was good. Made a few mistakes, didn't hurt it because it weighs about, as much as my fingernail. But moving into FPV would be awesome. And those little whoops you got there, Kenny, pretty cool stuff, man. And you can learn to fly on them before you go stupid, I think.
Yeah.
Well, the ones I had were so cheap that they had a button in the middle to what they call that. I don't know, but they were cheap, and you would that was your tuning. If it was going off to the left, then you would take this little slider and move it over. They were junk, and so I got away from them and went into the camera drones.
Yeah, they're tough. If you've never flown one, it's tough.
Yeah.
I love whoops as well, particularly when it's winter. Can't go outside, so just bring them out, fly around the lounge room, bump into things, make up an imaginary track and fly around it.
That's what I use the Tello for.
Well, that was really cool watching Mars when he went out there with us when we caught up, watching him fly his little whoop around. And that was really cool,
It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and that little thing popping around. I tell you what, if I'd crashed my Mavic like that, I wouldn't be flying again. That would have been straight to the repair shop.
Exactly. They're pretty robust.
They are. And it's like, I was hit the ground. I'll get it for you. Next minute, he's up again. So how'd you do that?
I like
he's good at it. He's good at crashing and recovering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't bother him at all. He don't care.
You do need to try everything. Yeah.
I liked when he put that a DJI camera on that car, that race car he had, going through the garage.
Yeah. No, that was pretty cool. Man. Yeah. Hey, Ken, you going away again, or was it just an ad hype?
No, actually, next month I'm going back to Mexico.
Some bitch.
What'd you leave there?
Yeah. Nothing. Found a good deal, and the wife said okay, so why not?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. Do you know what, mate? That silent disco you were doing, that would have been hilarious to watch without a set of headphones on.
It was. When we first got there and everyone was already doing it, I was like, what the hell is this? And anybody that didn't see the video, it's basically 3 DJs playing music, but everybody comes and puts on a set of wireless headphones, and you tune into whatever DJ you want. So it's different music playing, right? But when you get there, there's people singing and dancing and whatever, but it's silent. If you don't have the headphones on, it's hilarious, right?
And do they turn red and green and all that?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Station you're on, yeah.
I saw that in an actual TV show, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And now you're talking about it. Yeah, they all tune to a channel.
Oh, it's hilarious. You take them off and people are just singing at the top of their lungs.
That's funny. Guess what Peter Carroll does when he leaves the live stream? I can imagine.
Yep.
He'd be doing the Full Monty too, I think.
Of course.
That was a good movie. I like that Full Monty movie.
I think I'll head off now and do that. That sounds good.
What, the Full Monty or the?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Leave your camera on, Peter, just for laughs.
He's probably full Monty right now. We wouldn't know it.
That's right.
Half Monty. He's got the shirt on.
We all could be.
I saw a comment about crashing is part of learning, and I totally agree with that. You've got to be prepared to learn what the drones can do and what you can do and build on that.
You do, mate, you do. And I don't know if most of you probably missed it, but I did have to pop my drone down about 1.5 k's away from me on the last weekend. As I was explained before, a multitude of things.
Tell that story again, because that was at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Did you hear it, Ken? Maybe not.
I think I was coming in when you were talking about
it. Yeah, okay. So I had my Mavic Pro out, and I was out taking some footage and what have you, and I was flying with my mate who had a Mavic Pro 2. Now I'm overdoing some stuff, and I had a headwind. I knew I had a headwind, 25 to 30 kilometre an hour headwind. And normally I'm right on all that sort of stuff. I knew I could make it back without any issues. I knew I could go where I was without any issues. But what happened, he started his Maverick Pro 2 up, which knocked everything about mine. I couldn't see anything. It just annihilated my signal. So he turned it off again. He moved the drone, turned it back on again, and it knocked everything out again. And in the meantime, my drone's just hovering away, losing battery power and doing all sorts of things. Well, I'm still, what the hell's going on? I'm talking to him about it, and then I thought, shit, I've got a drone in the air. So I turned it around so I better get back, doof, and I was getting about 20 kilometers an hour out of the Pro. It was not going to make it. So I had to look for a place to land. So I did anyway, and found a spot and what have you. And I put it down next to the water, so I sort of knew where it was, and I screen recorded it so I could have that as a reference, because I didn't have GPS data or anything on my iPad, so I just needed that as a reference. So I looked at that. Anyway, it took about 4 hours to actually find the drone, which was it was pitch black, dude. Pitch black when I found it. So,
because there was no straight road to get to it, so he had to drive all around. And then the offline maps, you have to upload those maps before you ever go out, which is such a pain in the butt.
Oh yeah. I mean, as in a straight line, it wasn't far. You could see exactly what was happening. But to get to that point, I either wanted to swim or drive my car, and I chose the latter. And but to find the road, to try and find the road that actually went to where I landed it, that was a nightmare. And by the time I did it, it's black, you know, and I've got this phone like that phone you were on earlier, Brett, with just a light in it, and I trying to find a drone, mate. It was ridiculous. So went and got me mate again. It was gone from him for about 2 hours. He had his Mavic 2 Pro out before it went dark, so it was just getting dark and on the dusk, and he had his Mavic 2 Pro out, and he had his landing light on, and he had his camera down, and he was doing a search along the beach, man. And I've seen the footage of that. Sensational, man. That light is awesome, man. Search and rescue, bloody Thunderbird style, mate. Thunderbirds, oh, go. And he's there looking for my Mavic Pro. Oh, that actually rhymed. I might put that into it. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool too, but he was actually looking in the wrong spot, and so was I. So,
he didn't see it?
No, he's a bit further down than where I was. Anyway, and by the time it got dark and shit, I was walking back. I was asking about the footage because I didn't take the iPad with me. So I was looking, and he goes, about 1 or 2 meters away from the water. So that's my search thing. It's about 4 or 5 meters to my right. I walked past it about 3 times. Look, what a nightmare. What a bloody nightmare that was. But anyway, all well and good, and smiles all round. Got it back. God damn it. I tell you. Hot and bloody humid too. And we were sweating our rings off trying to get, and oh man, the trip back was horrendous for me before I went and got him, because I had my thongs on, and I ended up putting my foot in the black mud, and look, I went halfway up my bloody leg with it, trying to pull my thong out. And my feet were all black, and then when because it was like this on an angle, and I'm walking on it, my thong was just slipping around at the top of my foot. Oh man. And I thought, bugger this, take my thongs off, try to walk on the rocks, and that was caning me feet. So I couldn't do that either. So I had to find somewhere I could actually wash the shit off so I could get some grip back. Oh,
so, Matt, let's do a quick translation for our US friends. That's flip-flops, not the thongs that you know.
Yeah, I was going to say. You don't want to be wearing a thong, Matt.
What a stunning sight that would be.
This isn't Brazil.
Don't bend over and pick that drone up, dude. By car, knowing I'm going to crash because it's going to give me a thrill. Yes, that's that's right, mate. It will give you a thrill too. Oh, look, the panic was on. The race was on, mate, because I mean, where I landed it, there was no one around. I could see that from where I was, and I could see it from the camera of the drone too. Although there were houses, they were a lot further up. They were like shacks, basically. People go stay there for weekends and what have you. So you know, there was no issue. I just had to find the road. Thanks for popping in, man. Charge batteries, that's always a good thing. I've actually kept my bit of sun out. I might make it today. Nice, man. That'll be good. I'll be interested to see that footage, dude. Awesome. Thanks for popping in. I'll catch you next time.
Anyway, what were you talking about?
Yeah, again, not listening. You useless, man. I swear to God. I don't even know why I bother.
You know what? I asked the question on that the group yesterday. I think I put it up as to who was using what software. I don't think there's any two of us that are using the same damn software to render our videos.
There's not either. What a bunch of mishmash, isn't it?
We're all using something different. It's crazy.
Yeah. You know, I would expect that there would be two main ones that I would think about, or maybe three, when it comes to Power Director and all that sort of thing. A lot of people using Power Director. A lot of people. Are they the smokes again, mate, or are you on the vape still?
No, I'm doing both. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Boy, one up your nostril, one in your gob. Margie.
Margie's back.
Margie.
No, you can't say Margie now. That screws it all up.
Can't. How you going?
And where the hell have you been, young lady?
I know. She hasn't been back for a while. She has actually checked out after the fact, so that's all good. She's been a good girl. She's doing a lot of lives lately, actually. So that's great to see you.
She has been doing a lot of lives. I checked her out hanging laundry the other day. I'm like, what the hell?
I know. She's got a lot going on there, man.
No, I've got a load of laundry I could have brought to her.
That's Hey, Brett, he was only kidding, mate. All right.
No, I'm seeing a couple of my comments from my videos come up in the corner. I know it's rude, but I was reading them.
Oh, one of those, Jim. Hey.
Well, when you fire up Chrome, it just gives you those comments, right? People leaving comments.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to swallow that excuse, but anyway, when you like, I feel sick. Why? She's laughing at that.
That's your comp friend?
Computer. Yeah. I feel sick too. I've been sick for a little while up here.
In the head?
Yeah. Doctor says I'm getting better. Says, buy a drone. Get on YouTube. Join the rest of the mad bastards.
She's saying hello to you, Peter. You didn't say hello back.
Peter.
She said hello, Matt and co-host. I don't see anything there from Peter saying hello.
I'll say it now. Hi, Margie.
Being a bit rude today, Peter.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, you're not.
Don't apologise to me. You've got to apologise to your fans.
I don't have any fans, so I'm sweet.
Well, you can borrow Brett's computer.
That's obviously got at least 2 speeds. A little bit sleepy from my patient. Yeah. Everyone's that's right in the chat there. Margie's fantastic. Love seeing Margie pop in. Oh dear. Timeless truths disagree. Disagree with what?
I don't know, but probably everything.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah.
Disagreeing that we're all mental, maybe.
We're all a bit mad, aren't we?
Well, you have to be, I guess, to a degree.
So where is Adrian today?
I am hearing those voices in my head, and to be quite honest, I can't even be 100% sure if this is actually real. And I'm actually talking to 4 other people.
That's right.
Maybe a delusion of mine. I'm not sure.
Do you feel a bit weird talking to a screen?
Well,
in a room by yourself?
Normally my delusions include people with no clothes on, so this is probably one of the better ones.
There we go. I do have a fan. Thank you, Timeless Truths.
Told you.
Wow. Look at that. Peter's doing great.
Must agree with that.
Did you pay him? Because, see, I don't see any icon there or anything. You must have paid this person.
It must be
Yeah,
PayPal.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have to been PayPal, mate. I'm just going to look at.
I know you are, because I am.
Jim, behave yourself, mate.
Oh, it's not Margie.
I'm just going to have a look here. I thought I did. I've missed one of yours, Ken. Do you mind? Do you mind if I pop that up on the screen here, Ken?
No, go ahead. Just turn the music off, obviously.
Yeah, mate. Yep.
So Ken, whereabouts are you based now?
I'm in Canada, Manitoba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm in Melbourne.
Awesome.
When Kenny, when I went to CES, I wound up with 2 guys from Edmonton.
I was born in Edmonton, actually.
They were really cool too. Good guys.
Okay.
I just got a notification that Adrian Mateo Drones is live.
Oh.
What?
What?
Oh.
That's twice today now. I've been shat on.
Oh. I was just going to ask if you'd heard from Adrian, but I'll see why you may not have.
I did. I rang him. He goes, "Oh, I can't join you today because he obviously his excuse wasn't valid because he's doing a live. He's doing a live. I might pop on his bloody chat. That'd be funny as shit. I might share that screen.
Share a screen.
I'm good. Kenny, sorry, mate. I'm gonna have to just for a second. I will watch that because I've missed it. But I'm going to. You mongrel, Adrian. Where are we?
And look at the comment that somebody put up there.
Let's have a look here. Where is he? Oh, there he is. There's that face looking at me. He's live. Here we go. Live now. Well, he thinks he's gonna do that, does he?
You see my comment?
I do.
Should we give him a thumbs down?
There you go.
Oh, yeah. He stopped it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's hilarious. He stopped. Of course, we're not going to know. For fuck's sake. That's hilarious. Right, okay. Let's have a look.
Did he think for a minute that we weren't going to see that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Perhaps
all right. Let's see what Kenny's got up here.
Righto. I'm going to have a look at. I've got to calm down now, so I'm going to watch one of Kenny's videos. I'll tell you what.
I'm intrigued by the 5-star adults only.
It's not that kind of adults only.
Yeah, roll the video, please.
Hang on. Before we do that, what other adult only video, 5-star video, is it?
Well, the resort itself is adults only.
Is that like one of those all-inclusive
Yeah.
vacations? Yeah. Those used to be big, man.
I don't usually have to travel that far to get all-inclusive where I go.
No, it would be like a hedonistic trip. You know,
Wow.
like singles would go.
It's mostly couples.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
That'd be useless for me, that thing. Being couples everywhere. Anyway,
that would be your luck, Matt. You would book a trip thinking it's a singles place,
yeah.
and it's either all gay or all couples. I can imagine that.
I say,
Press the play button. Come on.
The Blue Oyster. Anyway, here we go.
Play the damn video. There you go.
Shut up, Jim. Again. God.
Waiting there for hours.
Stop interrupting.
Oh, sorry.
Kenny, you got to send me that subscribe PIP.
See, I like that.
Yeah, mine stinks.
See, now let me tell you something, Jen. If you look at Ken's footage, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot. Are you right, mate? Oh, geez. Fucking green room. There's a lot of footage which has got everyday scenes in it, which if you don't see it's a possible scene, you'll walk straight past it. Now, I'm thinking in your area where you are, there's probably a lot of stuff which you can actually film, but you don't see it as somewhere that can be filmed.
Yeah, I see. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. He's obviously got it on a ladder there.
That was at the spark.
Geez, there's a bit of wind going on there.
Yeah. It was this day was really windy, actually.
Wow.
It's fighting it pretty good. That spark did it pretty good.
I thought I was going to lose it, but yeah.
That looked like a 30-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You know, I've flown the Spark in horrendous winds, and always been very impressed with it. I'd never been worried about the wind with the Spark. It's never gone anywhere. The only time I've ever had any problems with drones and wind has been with the Mavic, and it wasn't coming home.
Really?
Yeah. And I had to actually fly sideways to eventually get it around where the wind was kind of behind.
You're working with it, yeah.
Yeah, and then it came back to me. But if it happened to the Spark, I wouldn't have got it back because I would have had to land it somewhere because I haven't got the battery power to do it. I was lucky enough that the Mavic, you can do that.
That's what happened to me when I tried the Tello outside with my granddaughter. And the wind was taking it, and she panicked and said, "Here, Papa, here." And then I did what you said. I just worked with the wind. I brought it down real low and came around in a big sweeping circle to bring it back to me.
Had to. Here's Anthony. He'll be on. He's the bloke I went out with the other day where we went for a wander to try and find my drone.
Oh, he helped you.
He did, yeah. He had the Mavic 2 Pro. That, as I said, was cutting out the signal.
Now, when we get him on, we can ask him if that story with the muck was actually true. And were you or were you not, in fact, wearing a thong?
That's right.
I was at the beginning. Yeah. Well, this was actually because I went there the first time by myself because I downed the drone and I just said to Tony, "Dude, I'm going," and off I went. So he was left there. I think I won't be long. Oh, it won't be long. 2 hours later, because I tried to find the freaking road that went there, you know. And then I even asked the farmer, and I went out there, said, "Oh, g'day, mate. I've got this thing. I've got to go out and here. Do you know where it is?" And he goes, "Oh, kind of know what you're talking about, mate. I don't know. You live here, man. How do you get out there?" And then this is what I was getting to him. Oh, you go down there, and then turn left, and then go up there a little bit. And oh my God! So I found it eventually. So I found it. Oh, I got there, it was crud. And he had his Mavic 2 Pro over there with his landing light on. That was the funniest thing to see. Good on you, mate. That was fantastic. But then I couldn't find it, and that's when I headed back, and that's what took me the while. And this is when I was treading in all the mud and all the crap, and I wasn't having fun at all, and went back there smelling like a freaking swamp.
I had a similar experience this morning, Matt. I went flying 6:30 this morning to get another ship, but the trouble is the wind's quite strong in the bay. So in standard mode, I could kind of like get there, but it took a while to get there. But I decided not to fly and just put it into sports mode. But even in sports mode, it took a while to come back. Just the wind was quite strong. Yeah, it was quite strong, coming back. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I flicked mine into sports, and I went from 20, got to 30, but then it was mucking around between 25 and 30. And this is when I said, I'm in trouble. It ain't coming home. It ain't coming home. Anthony sent me a message.
Matt, before you go out, do you use that app, UAV Forecast, to check your winds?
Why don't you go to Chile?
Because I always use that because I know I'm going to be up at about 250 feet, if anywhere from 150 to 250 feet. So I always check the wind at the different heights.
Well, regardless of what height I was at, it was the wind across the lake. Now, when I realised that I wasn't going to make it, I went as high as I could. I didn't give a shit about the wind. I wasn't going to make it anyway. And that height gave me the opportunity to pick a nice spot. As it started its auto land, gave me a good chance to have a real good look about where it was going, because I didn't want to be getting close. Did not want to be getting close to someone going, oh shit, man, where can I land?
Yeah, I get it.
From a long way up, I was doing that, and you can move it around. So anyway, down it come, and it was turned out all right. But you got to look, and there's a lot of rocks and stuff around there. But once you got to put it up, I have got a screenshot of that, a screen record. If you want to have a quick look at it, I won't play the thing. It goes for a couple of minutes. Oh, it doesn't go for long, actually. All right, I'll pay no attention to the telemetry.
You got home at 2 a.m.?
12, I think. 2 hours later, we lost the drone. 6 p.m., we got the drone home.
I thought we got home at 2 a.m.
No, he got home at midnight. Yes, he was only wearing a thong. Yeah, I was only wearing one thong. Normally I wear two, one backwards and one the right way round. Where are we? Lloyd's off. Good on you, Lloyd. Thanks for popping in, mate. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. Now, where is this Mavic footage? Here we go. Look at a screen record. Holy moly, man.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, mate, you're at it again, aren't you?
I was busy reading Lloyd's thing.
Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Boom. Okay. So
was this yours?
Yeah, 80%? This is mine. Mate. This is mine. Now, if you can see that dam there, right where that is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm right here.
Oh, wow.
Right. And this is where I ended up.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So, and as I said, I picked that there was another side too, which I could have gone to, but I decided not to. And this is because I knew there would have been a road there somewhere.
Is that a boat going over to that location?
Yeah.
Should have landed on the boat and told them to come over.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what? There was a boat stuffing around now, so I was going to give him $20 and say, "Take me over there, will you?" But anyway, okay, that neither here nor there. Okay,
Wow, that really looks like it would have been hell to get to.
it was, mate. It was. So it's coming coming down. And I pop because it gets hard to. You can't adjust really quickly on the fly. So what I did was put the camera into auto, which automatically just opens up the ISO, and gives a shit about picture quality, and you can see everything. So it makes it a lot easier to see.
Right.
So there I'm just looking around, making sure that everything's pretty sweet. I'm still at 72, hasn't gone into auto landing yet.
Could you have gotten there by walking that beach line or no?
Oh, mate, that's near impossible to walk around that because of the it's just shocking. Yeah, that's what you want to hear, landing. Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
Oh, I was just thinking, oh, here we go. So anyway, here we go. I'm trying to pick a spot now, so I'm having a look and I'm moving the drone around just to have a bit of a squiz what's around.
This is always a butt-clenching moment.
Mhm.
It is, and the drone didn't want to land. But this is the spot I picked. It seemed to be the. It's hard to tell how high and stuff rocks are, so I went with something that didn't look like there was any rocks.
Critically low battery.
Really? You think? I don't hear that either.
I'd love to hear what you were saying at the time.
Dude, I tell you, the iPad doesn't record audio when you're on screen record for some reason, which is obviously pretty good, for me anyway.
You can turn the audio on the on-screen record.
Well, I've done that, mate. It won't do it.
Okay, because there's a separate switch to turn it on.
Here we go.
I see what you mean about the rocks too. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I had to pick a bit of dirt.
Critically low battery.
Oh, it didn't like it.
I didn't want to. No, I didn't want to smash the camera on a rock going down. So I had to try and pick a forward piece where there was no rocks. So anyway, that's the Mavic.
That's a great video.
It's one you don't want to make.
No, but you should put that on YouTube. It's good.
Yeah, I might do that, and I might just narrate it a bit, about where it is, why I did that, and why I did this, and
yeah, because it's always a good lesson. People still need to learn these things. You still got guys trying to see how far it'll go and all that nonsense.
No, well, it wasn't, as you saw. It wasn't a long way away. Anyway, but I could see exactly where it was going to be landing, and I knew this is the safest place. But as I said to you, I landed it close to the water to reduce the search area, because you're only searching one side, and as I said, not a 360 circumference of something in the middle of a bloody paddock,
right?
Which is nearly impossible. So to follow a beach line is a lot easier to find something that's on that beach. Yeah. But anyway, that's right, Al. It is too, mate. It is.
Was there any shot at getting the attention of that boat driver or no?
I wasn't even going to bother with the boat. They're off skiing, mate. They're having a good time.
Okay.
Didn't give a shit about my Mavic, mate.
I never see you when you're waving your arms anyway.
No,
back to you. You'll get this.
Yeah. No, dickhead. Oi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't come over to where we were. That's right, Ken. They weren't over. They weren't over where we were. They didn't come anywhere near where we were. I was hoping though that I was that close to the shore that the boat wake, and there was another boat stuffing around out there, wasn't going to wash up on the thing and get me bloody drone. That was
yeah.
But actually, where that landed, and very strangely, where that landed, I put it into land. Where it landed, according to the footage, it wasn't there. It was a bit of a distance from there, because I saw that area when I came back by myself, and there's no drone. In my head, someone's stolen this. Someone's picked it up, and it's gone. Because it took me a while to actually get out there to get it.
Where did you even? I didn't see any roads. I don't even know how the hell you got there.
Oh, okay. So if from the camera view, you're looking at the dam, right?
Right.
I had to go back out onto the road, drive all the way back down to the main highway, turn left, drive down about 5 Ks. There's
now you're behind that farm.
Yeah. So then I had to turn left again to another road that led to Mugara. And just by looking at the name of the road, I thought this has got to be it. After trying different roads, it was called Ski Jump Road or something. And I thought it's got to be here.
Drone Road.
Sorry?
Drone Road.
Drone Road. Mavic recovery area. I drove straight.
That would have been too easy, right?
No way, that can't be it. Yeah. So I took off down that road and come to a locked gate. And I thought, because it says close the gate all the time, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, no worries. I can do that because that's what we do here. But anyway, there was a chain around it with a bloody bolt. And I thought, shit, me drunk. So I pulled up to the side of it and then I walked from there. And that was about, I don't know, a K, I guess, something like that, to the area that I was searching.
Was that, in fact, the right area, the right road?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
After trying a few. It was...
Now, that whole time, did you have any map on your phone available to you?
Absolutely, yeah. When I was flying, I did. No, sorry, not a map. Hang on.
You know, like Google Maps comes up on your phone?
No, because I'm using my iPad.
Okay. No cellular. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So anyway, it didn't have anything there.
No, that stinks.
Oh, it does. But as I said, I did as much as I could visually to work out when I'm on the ground that I sort of knew the area that it was in.
You know, I have tried on the iPad mini to download. It says it's downloading the offline map. When I'm going to go out to an area that I don't know, I'll do that. You know, I'll try it. But when I get there, most of the time, that map doesn't come up when I press the button.
Yeah.
I get just what Matt had there. You know, you can see the dot and just a line or whatever.
Yeah, so it's not locally cached at all.
Right.
No.
So I don't know where the hell it's putting those offline maps.
See, I didn't do that to mine because I'll never need it. I'm
Total professional.
Well, you know it. You saw me fly. Dude. You saw me.
I did.
How does he do that? He's incredible. You know, Brett from Victorian Aerial took my advice and actually crashed his. So don't listen to me.
Oh
my God! Did he really?
Oh,
no, it wasn't his fault.
I
shouldn't say it, but it's a Xiaomi drone. It's not a DJI.
No, it was a my drone.
Yeah, the Mi 4K.
Yeah. He's actually using that now to get his footage at the moment, and I wouldn't take that thing off. You're taking your life in your hands. But yeah,
really,
it was freaking out, man. Now, whether that was because there was a heap of other drones around him. I mean, I was in the air. I think you were in the air too, Brett. You had the two.
Yeah.
I had the Mavic. I don't know what else was going on, but there was.
And you didn't have any signal problems then, though, Matt?
No, I didn't.
I'm trying in my head to figure out why that knocked your signal out, because when I had my Mavic 2 Pro up in the air, and that day that who came over the house? Nacho Roland came over, and he had his Mavic Pro.
He has that memory again.
Yeah, yours seems to be better than mine, and you're younger. Why is that? It didn't knock either one of our controllers out.
Okay, I've got a theory on mine because I've thought about it. Right now, me and Brett were flying very close to each other, and our drones were very close to each other. And I was talking a little bit of distance there with the Pro. And I think obviously as you go a bit further out, then your signal is going to be a little bit weaker. And I think that had a lot to do with when he turned the Pro on, that it just knocked out a weaker signal instead of being a strong connection with me being 100 meters away to where I actually was. So when Brett was flying and I was flying, we were very close vicinity between us. We get a little bit of breakup. I always do. I get a little bit of breakup when something else is around. And it always seems to happen. But I think it was the fact that the signal was a little bit further away that may have just actually bang. None of that, thanks. That was it shit me, man. It's like, what the hell? Never had it happen before.
It was just the video feed, not the control feed.
Oh, look, to be quite honest, no, adjust aerials. Sorry, that came up as well. I lost the video, and then that was popping in and out, and I was watching the red bit up the top because that was flashing in and out, and I couldn't exactly see what was popping up. But I think there was there adjust aerials too, which means that you're losing your connection to your aircraft. Who knows, man? Who knows?
It wasn't that it was 4 kilometers away.
I don't fly 4 kilometers away, mate.
I'm joking.
I was 5 kilometers away. Four's for pussies.
Well, in that wide open area, I wouldn't have feared anything either.
4K's for spark flies, mate. No, mate. You know, you're in an area where there is absolutely nothing except an eagle that's going to come down and pop you. And if it does, you ain't going to hit jack shit. You know, it's an area thing, you know, and like anyone, I guess, you know, we fly sensibly. You know, anyway.
No, but I think it's very weird to hear that. I guess maybe the OcuSync was what knocked. Yours is wireless, right? Or
no,
not?
No, it's OcuSync.
It's Lightbridge
wireless.
The OcuSync one, like the
Wi-Fi
OcuSync.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kenny.
The Mavic Pro is OcuSync.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Were you flying the Pro or the Spark?
Pro.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
It is interesting because they're supposed to, when you fire the drones up, they look for a clear channel and move to that clear channel. So you would expect either your drone or your friend's drone to pick a different channel so there's no conflict.
Yeah.
You'd think so. And as I said, you know, there's always some sort of glitchy thing going on, but nothing to worry. And this was just knocking mine for a 6, mate.
And this is the first time you'd ever seen that happen.
Absolutely.
Too, right? Yeah.
Maybe it's linked to your browsing history and DJI wants you to upgrade.
Oh, shit. I've just missed a message from... shit, Anthony. He was going to join us. Oh, bugger.
How'd you watch the message?
I don't know. I was talking to you.
No, I mean, what did it come up in the green screen or?
No. It came up in Messenger, Facebook Messenger. So I've just sort of had a look because I heard a couple of messages come through, but I didn't read them because I was chatting away about whatever. Yeah. And I've just read it, and he was going to join it, but now he's out driving again, and now he's not going to join it. It's probably best off too because he got very descriptive about the G-string I was wearing on that day.
and the photos to prove it.
And the fact I was wearing it backwards. I thought it was a puppy catcher. I got the idea from one of those 5-star adult-only motels. Oh dear.
Did you find out what made it the adult only part?
Yeah, no.
Well, they just don't allow kids there. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quiet because it's actually 4 resorts in the same complex. And one day we went over to the other one, and it was just like, whoa, like kids running around. I don't mind kids, but after being there for a few days with nobody, all of a sudden it's like, wow, it's much quieter.
Yeah. The noise.
1 or 2's all right, not a whole bloody resort full of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I hear that. Holy crap. Oh.
That's like having a couple of little ones on an airplane for 2 hours, screaming and crying and all that.
Oh, you know what? That doesn't really worry me, because it's just what it is, mate. It's kids are kids. Kids will cry. I mean, that doesn't worry me. It annoys a lot of people. That's just something that doesn't grind my nuts. Just doesn't worry me at all. It depends too where they are in the plane. If they're right behind you, start to get a little bit. But you can't turn around and say, "Shut your kid up."
Yep.
Shut
that bastard up, or I will.
Yeah, it just doesn't. There's nothing that there's nothing the parent can do, and they're going to feel bad anyway.
Well, I want the boxes over there, but I found the answer to that. It's the new Sony headphones. They're noise canceling. They work wonderfully.
There you go. Yeah.
Kid proof.
There you go. It's easy fixed. It's easy fixed, mate.
Those noise canceling headphones are kid proof on an airline.
Sorry, guys, but I should head off and go and do some things. My wife will probably be a bit cranky if I'm here much longer. She came in before, you probably didn't notice. But it's great chatting, and thank you, Matt, for inviting me.
Oh, great to catch up with you.
Appreciate it.
Nice to see you,
No
Brett.
worries, and I'll try and do some flying. We have to go to something tonight, so I'm not sure if I'll get any flying done this afternoon, but I'll definitely try tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
And put some videos up.
No, good on you, man. Doing some good stuff lately. I love that Northern Rivers, man. That's inspired me to go out to like Evans Head and all that sort of shit and head into Yuki.
Northern New South Wales is unbelievable, as you know.
Yeah.
Incredible location.
Yeah, I like that Three Sisters thing, eh? That's very nice.
Interesting. Yeah, thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. I love your work as well.
Yeah. Here's your $10. Here's your 10.
All right. Well, look, have a great weekend, guys, and
take care, man.
See you next time.
Yeah, good on you, Brett.
Well, Brett.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I have got to get his channel still. I
know, me too.
Gizmo.
What is it, Matt?
Gizmo.
Gizmo Drones, I think it is.
Gizmo Drones.
Let me go look at it. Let me pop it up.
He does some nice stuff on there, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to support each other.
Well, it is, and over the years, or not years, it hasn't been that long, I guess, but it's very difficult to find someone on YouTube from Australia who's doing the same thing as what I'm into. It's really hard, man, and I find that most of the audience that watch any of my stuff is from America, Canada, UK, Scotland, Ireland, all that sort of thing.
Oh, I like his header too with that elephant. He's in Melbourne, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like that header too. Oh, I see. He's got the cruise ships. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, not all of them. That's a very recent thing that he started doing that. He's only got like 3 or 4 videos on it.
No, but like we've got Cape Canaveral where I just didn't think anybody was interested. I could shoot the Disney cruise lines and all that.
There used to be a guy, I don't know if you've seen him,
Yep.
Copter Tube or whatever.
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy, like cruise ship chases.
The dude would go so far out, I'm like, no way he's making it back.
I know.
Yeah, we got a bloke here, ship therapy, and he lost a pro out at sea by about 300 meters. Yeah, I know.
So close.
Yeah. And then you could see it. It was coming. It was coming. It was coming. It was lowering, and then it just started going backwards. I thought, that's it. It's gone, mate. It's gone.
Kenny, does that guy still make videos? I haven't even seen him.
Not for a long time, no.
Yeah, he used to go on the beach, and he would have a tripod holding up his.
Yeah.
What was it? Holding up his iPad or something?
I think so, yeah.
And then he would just fly out of the Miami basin and chase the cruise ships 8,000 feet out.
Yeah. I think the last video he did was he just picked up the Mavic Mini and he said he was going to do something with it, but nothing ever came of it.
He probably lost it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you've always got the winds around here. There's always a trade wind. So that's why I didn't understand how he was getting away with the as far away as he was going.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you're fighting the wind coming back all the time.
Yeah.
That's how Drone Bum lost his drone in the ocean, didn't he? He was out chasing a ship, I think, and didn't make it back.
Was he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he lost his Mavic 2 in the ocean, didn't he? Because he went out to sort of video a ship. It was out off the coast so far, and then didn't make it back again.
Got to say good day here to Love My Drone. Thanks for popping in, man. Yeah.
Ed.
That's Ed.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Ed's heavy into the FPV.
Yeah. He is. I was watching Eric's the other day too. He was on there. RC Crazy. He's popping around. That's good. He said, I don't know if you can see the chat there, Ken. He just said, "G'day to you, mate."
Yeah. What's up, Ed?
Hey, you know what? If they go into this remote ID shit, I think we should all get FPV drones. That we build ourselves.
You know what, man? I would do that because, as I said a few weeks ago, I've seen some amazing FPV footage. It's all high def, 4K, and some of the stuff they're doing through these waterfalls and diving them. And man, could you get into that? Yeah. I can see myself losing a lot of drones doing that, though. Shit.
You can still buy ready-made frames like the DJI S1000 frame. It's already got the arms on it and all that, and then you go ahead and put your own cameras on it, your own flight controller. It's an interesting proposition.
It is, dude. And actually, Ken, that a mate of yours who had his FPV.
Brett.
Man. And now there's some.
Oh, no, that was Cold.
Can't remember. It was a few weeks ago now.
It was like his year cinematic FPV stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The one we watched over the bridges.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What channel was that playing on that I saw that?
Cold. KOLD.
Okay.
Yeah. He just put out a video like last week that was pretty good too.
Cold.
It was insane, and the clarity was perfect. He was flying over the ridge with the snow and all that going on, coming down on the trees. And if we're talking about the same guy, who we
you know what? That's fantastic flying. Absolutely fantastic flying.
Oh, so I picked up Gizmo.
But what makes that footage spectacular is, and it's got to do with most footage that you do take yourself, is the editing when it comes down to it, and to have access to a good editing software and how you put it together and how you put it together with music and make everything gel together just makes a sight and sound spectacular. And now this is what he's done. Bloody hell.
Yeah, it does a good job.
Dude's got almost 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, he's huge. He does, the chain smokers, like the DJs, like producers.
Yeah.
He does touring videos for them.
Wow.
So when they're on tour DJing across the world, he goes and like films them DJing and whatnot. He's actually done FPV flight around them, DJing in front of like 100,000 people.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
What a job.
Yeah.
That'd be cool though.
Oh, for sure.
Who wouldn't do that? You know.
Night Train, what's up?
Oh, Night Train's popped his noggin down the track and into the North Station. Beautiful.
That was a good video you did at that station. That was a train station. Yeah. The one you did, Matt?
Yeah, that was fun, man. That was fun. Ripping down the tracks there. Well, the old Mavic didn't like those fucking railway lines, but we sorted that out. You're going to go down there and you're going to behave yourself. Go!
It's funny as hell. Sometimes I'll get, when the drone is sitting on concrete, I'll get the interference, and sometimes I don't. It's like hit or miss.
Well, it depends how far depends how thick it is, blah, blah, blah. I can't find this channel, mate. Cold, COLD.
KOLD.
Okay. Sam Calder is his name, but
here we go. He's got the earmuffs on.
967,000 subscribers. KOLD.
The one.
Yeah.
Well, 968 because I subscribed to it.
Yeah.
But I think who was showing the video the other day of that guy? It was an FPV drone with a digital camera, and it was just perfect on a ridge line, snow-capped mountains, ridge line with the trees and all that. And this guy was flying down in amongst them and back up and down and down. Where the hell did I see that on Oz by drone or something?
Oh, you know what it was? I think it was Jake Sloan on Ken Heron.
Okay, that might have been it.
Yeah.
That might have been it.
I thought Pete's going to go away to get another big lens. I'll show you FPV.
I'll show you the lens.
Yeah, mate. Look, dude, you know, it's
Crossfire telemetry. Anybody using iNav? The old standby?
Stubby.
Is that the 14 to 42 Olympus?
No, this is the kit lens from the Sony, but it's 16 to 50. It's a terrible lens, actually. It came with the camera, but I probably used it once, and then I bought the
Sigma.
The Sigma 30 millimeter.
Wow. What camera is that?
Sony A6400.
A64, right.
But now they came out with the A6600, which is the same thing pretty much, but it has a bigger battery and IBIS, so like stabilization.
Do you think it needs the bigger battery, or the 6400's fine?
It'd be nicer. Like if I'm filming with this one, it probably about an hour and a bit and it's gone. But I got extra batteries. They're cheap. They're only like $30 or whatever.
And an hour is a hell of a lot of footage too.
Oh yeah.
It'd take a lot to what megabit is that? What's your
the camera?
That's full frame.
No, this is APS. Depends what you're recording in. Like if I record at 120 frames per second, then it's 100 megabytes.
Nice.
Yeah.
It can go higher in the megabits?
No, I think 100 is the most.
Okay. I didn't know.
4K at 100 and 1080, 120 at 400. Or 100, sorry.
1080's at 100 as well.
Yeah, but only at 120 frames. At 60 frames, I think it's only 60 megabytes.
See, now this this is the difference that you're getting with your 1080p footage.
Yeah.
With that 100 megabit. You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
You remember we were talking about that one time, Matt? That one of them was at 40 megabits, and you were telling me, no, it's only, and I'm like,
24.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Spark, and you couldn't believe that it was actually only shooting at 24 megabit.
Yeah.
And that's where that sort of drops down with that quality of that camera. But saturation and color on that camera is fantastic.
Yeah, like straight out of camera, the Spark is pretty decent.
It is. And in post, you can really clean that stuff up, you know. And, I did a video down in a very low light too, down in a waterfall, and I was basically just flying around thinking this is going to be poo, you know. And I got it back and I cleaned it up in post, and I thought, shit, that's not too bad, man, for a crappy little 1080p Spark camera in low light. Who would have thought? But I
got the GH5 with 200 megabits. I love Micro Four Thirds cameras. I got, well, 2 of them, but for the drones. But I love them.
200 megabit.
Nice.
Man.
GH5 is a nice camera.
Yeah.
What are we looking at money-wise for one of them, mate?
For GH5?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, put it this way. The X5 and X5S were compared to the GH4, and they're selling at $1,800.
Yeah, about $1,800.
No lens.
It doesn't come. It probably comes with a kit lens.
Oh yeah, but you know,
usually what?
As Kenny said,
18 to 55 or something like that is a normal.
Yeah.
See, it's the thing, you know. My sister's actually a photographer, and she's she had all sorts of stuff, but she's out of it at the moment. Hasn't done it for a bit now, but you know, she was right into it. I've never been into stills, never been into anything like that, and I'm actually looking at now, and probably, you know, I'm not blowing up your butt or anything, Kenny, but you know, you give me some ideas. Give me some ideas of actually what I can do, because a lot of my low stuff, and I had a few shots over fern trees and all that sort of shit. I've done it with the drone, you know. I've flown the drone over it, which I'd actually enjoy doing. But there are some places where I wouldn't mind being able to just pull a handheld out to get some stuff.
When you shoot your stills, Kenny, are you shooting in the 4.3?
Like for pictures?
Yeah, on your camera, on your AC.
I've taken like 2 pictures with that camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, dude.
It's all video.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a still photo dude at all, man. I like movement. I like, you know, fluent motion, you know, and still photos. I mean, you can get some good stuff. I actually took a pano of a sunset the other day. Every now and again, I'll do a pano shot from my drone, and I might just I'll pull that over there, go like that.
This camera I've got, that's the Panasonic G85. That one, it's a cheaper one. That's quite a nice camera. That does a pretty good job.
Nice.
Now, I haven't stuffed around with this too much. This is basically what it's doing. That's out the Mavic Pro, that one. But it's got an ND4PL on it. But that, you know, I don't know if it's even a good shot. It was black as all shit down here.
Nice, yeah.
I don't know. Got some silhouette mountains and all that sort of crap. So I did a pano to see how to turn out. So there's no really any sort of forethought in any of my photos. Just as I was filming, I thought, oh yeah, I'll just try a pano, and this is what comes out.
So that's on the Mavic, Matt?
It looks like vignette.
It does, doesn't it? It does, but there's not. It's not. It's all to do with, and I did do this in post, and I dropped because I had a little bit of brightness there. I did drop the brightness on a bit. I obviously shot that. I got the shutter speed that I wanted, and then I went into pano from there. So obviously, when that is in exposure, you're going to lose your ground. You know, there's nothing you're going to do about that. So I set the exposure to the sun, how I wanted them to look, and how I wanted those silhouettes to look. And obviously, I'll lose all this ground here. But you're right; it does look like that, but it's not, Jim. It's not.
You know, that's the let me just call it the bitch of trying to do the sunrises, is because if you want to actually see the sun, I've got a minimum of an ND4 filter on there. And I'll use maybe the exposure values to bring it down so you can actually see the sunrise. But then you're not going to see that ground. You know, that ground is all going to be dark or black to where you're. But otherwise, if you didn't use an ND filter, it would be so blown out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you an example though, Jim. But you've got to start mucking around with your filters to get that balance right. Now I don't know if you saw that the video I did at, what did I call it? Something or other, ND Filters, Mavic Pro ND Filters Queensland, or whatever it was. Anyway, it was a sunrise over a marina. Now I got every single detail in that marina, plus the colors of that sunrise and the sun, all within exposure. And it's all to do with the ND filter. Mm-hmm. Being able to get detail in the foreground and background at the same time. It takes a bit of stuffing around, man.
What were you talking about? The polarizing filters?
These weren't actually polarized, these ones. They were my old Sunny brand ones before I got the Polar Pros.
I'm not. I don't discriminate when it comes to ND filters. I'll use. Who the hell is this? New Tech. What's that name of that?
PY Tech.
No, starts with an N. Oh shit.
Newer.
They're not expensive.
Newer.
Yeah. The newers.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that one's broken, but this one isn't. Yeah, they're inexpensive, but they're optical glass. They're just fine.
Yeah.
And you see that would be a 4.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Sorry, mate, keep going.
It just comes down to build quality, I think, because I want a set of Freewell filters on Ken Heron's show. And
you did too.
I did, yeah. And I was playing with the variable ones, and they actually turn by themselves. I don't know if it's defective or not, but I would think that if you were flying and it starts vibrating, it's going to turn, and
screw the shot. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I think it might be defective though.
It's got to be. It can't be turning by itself.
No.
Unscrew and fall off. I will tell you though, there is a massive difference between the Sunny Life and the Polar Pro on the Mavic Pro. Nothing screws onto the Mavic Pro. Now the Sunny Life filters were extremely difficult to get on and off, so much so that I thought I was actually going to break the bloody camera trying to get the things on properly. They've got to go on really square and pop to the point I've pushed it on so hard that it's actually split one of the sides to try and get it on.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it's horrendous. And trying to get it off, you're going to want to hope you got nails. Otherwise, you will not get this thing off.
I hate putting them on the Mavic 2 Pro. I hate it.
Yeah.
The way they're square like that, and you have to try and,
yeah.
It's a pain in the ass.
But the Polar Pro, man, they slip on and they slip off like no one's business. It is absolutely fantastic. So easy to change filters over. And not only that, I get better color saturation out of the Polar Pros than what I do with the Sunny Life filters. It's a lot nicer picture.
Really?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I was quite astounded with the difference.
See, these probably can't see it, but these are the Freewell ones. And I think it was which one is it? It was the ND32 polarizer. It's like, it legit just, you can't see it, but yeah, I see it's effective.
Oh, that's weird, man.
I hear it spinning around.
Because I know for like normal sort of camera PL filters or polarized filters, you can twist the end of them to adjust the amount of reflection that they take out.
Yeah, but this one's what's the range on that, Ken?
Oh, like stops?
Is that like from ND4 to 1000 or what?
It's an ND32 but polarizer, so if you turn it, you could see how it's polarizing it, but it moves too freely on it.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, because that gives you the adjustment, to change the amount of polarization effect that you get.
Yeah,
that can change the polarization. If you were, I don't know, for example, with a river and the sun here or whatever, you can polarize just that water. Is that correct, mate? Is that how it's working?
Well, for polarize, it'd be for let's say you wanted the clouds in the sky to be more blue, to be more exposed, but not the water, or vice versa. So it draws a line to what's properly exposed.
Yeah.
I thought it was that one that it's variable. It starts off like at a 4, and then you can turn it all the way up to 1000.
Yeah, for my actual camera, I have one. It's like it goes, I think 8 stops. So it actually goes from an ND2 to an ND400.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shoot.
Don't they put them on the space helmets?
Well, they make like ND 1000s and whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
What's the highest you've ever used? I've tried a 32 and I thought it was too much, and that's here in the Florida sun.
I've used like full 400.
Wow.
If it's sunny out and you still want to have your full aperture, like 1.4 open, then you need that, because it's letting a lot of light into the camera. So without having it pretty much blacked out, it'll be overexposed.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
It's getting late.
I didn't think you were. Yes, I did, Adrian. I did send you an email, mate.
I thought he was running his own show now.
I hope he comes on. I'm going to get him, a bastard. Yeah.
He gets all his fame and fortune on Matt's channel, and then goes and starts his own one.
Yeah, starts his own live show.
No, look at this.
I'm going to bring him on the live stream. I'm going to put him straight in the green room.
Wait a minute, Matt. He says, I might be able to jump in for a bit real quick. But he had plenty of time to do his own live stream.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I've sent you an email. Jim, be nice for a minute, because I want him to come on. Sure, I can, mate. You pop on, mate. Pop on. I'll send you an email. Do you want me to send you the link again, Adrian? I can do that if you want me to.
I can't imagine an ND400.
It's a welding goggles, mate.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Here we go. Send that off too. Bloody hell, it's good to catch up with you, Ken.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
And we haven't even talked LUTs or software yet.
Oh, that's boring.
We've done that. We've done that.
Let's talk about the showgirls in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did I they walk down the street, and I didn't know this, right? So I'm with two other guys, and they're walking down the street, and I go, "Oh, look at this, showgirls!" And so they come over and they take a picture with this one guy.
Mhm.
Then they tell you, "Oh, well, it's normally $20 per girl
Oh
to
yeah.
take a photo with you." You know what I did? I walked away. Screw you, $20. There's actually people who dress up as showgirls
Oh yeah.
with all the feathers on their back and all that crap.
Yeah. There's a guy on Fremont Street, Alan from Hangover,
Yeah.
like Zach Galifianakis. So there's a guy dressed up as him, like in Hangover with the baby on the front and everything, and you take pictures with him. It's hilarious. I've seen him like every time I've gone there.
There was this guy dressed up as a woman, and as the band played, he would take his woman stuff off. I don't know what his gig was, but now they've got these little black circles on the pavement,
Yeah.
and those entertainers have to stay in those little black circles wherever they are. One of them had these two girls that had, all in black leather, and they had the little whips.
Little whips are for pussies. I've got big ones. Hey, Ken, what are you doing in August?
Let me see if I can.
August? I have a week off in August, actually.
Really? A week when?
Leading up to the 15th. So like a second week. Does that work?
Okay. The 8th, we are meeting in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going up to South Dakota to meet Ron, and we're going to go down.
Yeah, that's when I start my vacation, 8th until the 16th.
Oh, dear me, that's a coincidence. Oh, well.
How long are you guys in Denver for?
I don't know. I don't know the itinerary.
We're playing it by ear.
I'm going to get in on the 7th, so I'll be in on. I'll be leaving my place on the 7th and arriving on the 7th.
So that'll give us time to get down to you.
Yeah, you'll be there about lunchtime on the 8th, and then obviously we're catching up with Chris Hope's coming up. We got Artco. He's going to be there as well because
seriously, I didn't know this.
He lives in Denver. We're talking about.
Cool.
We're talking about the other way. Oh, Jesus Christ, Jim! You just don't listen. Not ringing any bell. And now he decides to disturb the whole live stream with his crud. You fucking hell. Yeah. So there'll be. You didn't know Chris Hope was coming up?
Nobody tells me anything, man.
Holy shit. So all meeting in Denver, and then it's the three of us nicking off to South Dakota. As far as South Dakota, yeah.
I'm like an hour and a half from North Dakota.
You are too, over the border.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Have you been to Sturgis, mate?
I've never been, but I heard it's pretty wild, yeah.
It is wild.
You might have to extend your leave, mate. Oh, dear. Sturgis.
This is on Fremont Street, and the people up above you are ziplining.
Yeah.
But I want to show you the girls I was talking about. What was that?
Yeah, we did that a couple of weeks ago, Jim.
Yeah.
Did we show that guy?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. And you walked off, and your two mates were there, and then there was one guy by himself, and he was doing it. Then he had the two girls standing in the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to find.
I'm going to relive some memories.
Apparently not, because I'm not seeing it.
Oh, it's inside, yeah.
That's in the Golden Nugget, yeah.
Golden Nugget.
Which I didn't think you were allowed to film in there, so I was doing it on the sly.
Yeah, I've always
I-
wondered.
But they made a joke out of the whole thing. I mean, that Fremont Street was the start of it all, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like a friggin' game show now.
Yeah, it is, eh? It is.
With the zip lining and the whole ceiling is an LED screen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually it would.
Yeah.
And technically it's indoors, so I couldn't. No regulations, right?
You know what? I bet you that would be considered indoors.
Yeah. It's under a roof.
Yeah.
It'd be a pain in the ass to try and keep that 30-meter rule, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You couldn't do that, but
forget that. Yeah. It's funny, you know, because when Tony was searching for that drone and everything, I'm on the beach as well, and I could see his drone, and I'm walking along, but he can't see me because he's looking down with his camera, not completely down, but around about a maybe 45 to 30 to 45 degree angle. So he can't see me. So he can be moving left and right and all this sort of shit. And I thought, I better keep my eye on this thing because he'll probably back into me. You know, he was only about between 6 and 10 foot. He was up and down off that beach. I thought, yeah. And those blades will open you up, mate, you know. The only good thing about Fremont Street is the White Castle. White Castle? What's that?
It's a burger place.
Oh, it's a burger joint.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's the place you go to when it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're drunk, and it's the only place open to eat. They're like tiny little square hamburgers. They even have holes in them to give you less meat.
Are you joking?
No, I kid you not.
Oh God, it sounds fantastic.
Sounds like shit.
They are good.
Oh, are they tiny little things? How many do you have them? 20?
You're drunk anyway. Yeah, you buy them by the sack. They call it.
What? Why doesn't that surprise me?
Yeah, 12 burgers, please.
Right?
Oh, for God's sake! All the defunct malls because everyone's what?
Yeah, there are lots of malls closing now.
You know what? That's absolutely fantastic for FPV. It's true, isn't it? There's a lot of shit closing down, and there'll be like ghost towns. I don't know if you've ever looked at. I look at this every now and again too, and I search on YouTube about abandoned places and all sorts of stuff. And there's so many interesting places that just time's forgot, and they used to be bustling areas where people were all over the joint, and all of a sudden overnight, man, gone.
Yeah. Nobody wants to leave their house anymore.
Hey?
Nobody wants to leave the house anymore.
No, they don't. And I've always said, if you want to make a business, prey on people's laziness and you will be a millionaire.
Yeah.
And it's true, man. You just got to find something to do. This dude just meet up with. Oh, there you are. That's you.
What? You don't even meet your neighbors anymore. You don't have to. People use their garage door openers, and then they drive in, and then they shut the garage door down. Boom. They got somebody coming by mowing their lawn for them. You wouldn't know if your neighbors were dead for a week.
No, that's right. I've got, totally different to when I was growing up. Everyone knew each other in the whole freaking street, and we'd wander up and down and pick each other's fruit because everyone had different fruit trees in their yards. And but these days, I've got one neighbor next door who is awesome, and we get on really well. And her and her husband and everything actually looked after my pool and my mail and watered my plants for me while I was gone because there was no water up here. It didn't rain for so long. And when I came back, I smoked up a big rack of ribs for them. I said, "What are you having for dinner tonight?" And they said, "Oh, nothing." I said, "All right, no worry." Well, I said, "I'll make you up some ribs." So I smoked up this fucking big rack of ribs, and they loved it, mate. You got to be kidding me, because I'd always ring them first or text them and say, Are you got your washing on the line? Are you washing today? Because if I'm smoking meat up, I don't want to be wrecking their washing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of days down the track, I said, look, I want to smoke some meat on the weekend. What day's all right for you? Or if I'm going to do it on a Saturday, and they plan their washing around it. So that's best for that. But I love the smell of smoke, man. This wood smoke, and I leave my house open. It all comes through the house. You get out camping, mate, and it just get all hungry all day, just smelling the meat cooking and the smoke going. Oh my god. That's what I found in the States too. Delicious. This bloody Adrian said he was going to come on. He popped into the green room for about 3 seconds and he's gone again. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Sorry, mate. I actually did a massive rack yesterday. So I've still got half a rack in there. Oh, man. You put your rub on it and all that sort of stuff and a bit of chili on top. Oh, my God. It'd be so good.
Chili?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, bit of chili powder on top with your rub where you've got some brown sugar.
Okay, on a rub. I thought you
put
chili on ribs. I'm like, what?
No. So it's incorporated in the rub and all that sort of shit that I put on there, and delicious, man.
I love doing a pork roast. They call them Boston butts. Everything in the world they call that one piece of meat. And you could you make your own rubs and you put your injections in there, and
that's for a you can do a pulled pork with the Boston butt.
Yeah.
And there's one bit of meat on the Boston butt called the what is it? The money. I can't remember. Anyway,
I'm not familiar.
There's one bit of meat on it. It's right on the bottom, and it comes out in a chunk. And that's the bit you don't pull, and that's the bit you just get off, and you can just eat it and just, man, that's a good bit. And then you just pull the rest, beautiful.
You smoke those up, and they're just fantastic, man. Oh,
and they just
you're right, Ed. Nothing like a good rub, and when you make your own, and you get it just right.
So true.
just right.
Yeah.
That's a little short, but we get the point.
I don't know what a little short for who?
That was a short rub.
See what happens when we get near the end of the stream?
My rubs are better than your rubs.
The dirty minds come up.
Now we need Ron to pull up his camera.
And we got to get the chicken coops number. Is it called the Chicken Coop there out at Vegas, just on the outskirts?
Chicken Ranch.
Chicken Ranch. That's how did you know, Ken?
That's world famous, man. It's the only whorehouse in the world that doesn't make money because it's government owned.
Pornhub, 120 frames a second. Who did this footage come from?
What?
I only know one person who shoots in 120.
How do you think I'm paying for these trips to Mexico?
Yeah, dude. Clientele down there is amazing. Yeah, that's funny.
Where the hell is Adrian?
You know what? I'm going to ring him. I'm going to ring him again. Because that's just unheard of, Adrian.
I didn't see White Castle on Fremont Street, by the way. That town is harder than hell to try and buy souvenirs.
Really?
Yeah, like if you don't go to Fremont Street, I don't know where the hell you would buy T-shirts or anything like that. I didn't see any places.
There's a big one down the main drag, man.
Yeah, right next to MGM.
I didn't see it, and we walked it because I took the video at the Bellagio.
As soon as you walk over to the MGM in the back,
Jim's blinkers.
There's a big souvenir shop there.
I missed it. Of course, we were walking down at night. It was weird, man. Like, there were people there in Transformers outfits. I guess you're supposed to take a picture next to them. All kinds of outfits. It was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a few years since I've been there. I used to go pretty much every year for about 6 or 7 years, but I haven't been back since 2016, I think.
Oh, I'm sure nothing's changed.
No, it's always the same.
Yeah.
They might throw up like one new hotel, but
He's ignoring me, fellas.
Some venison jerky.
He's ignoring me. Now, he was complaining about you, Jim, ignoring him. And now he's doing exactly the same thing. He hasn't even seen your intro yet, Jim.
I know. No, I didn't. Was it on one end or the other, Al? Because they had a band at this end, and then the other end was where you got on to do the zip line going across Fremont Street. Which I thought, just cheapened because you got the Pioneer is right next to the which hotel was I filming in? The old classics. The Golden Nugget.
Golden Nugget, yeah.
Was right next to the Pioneer. And then it's like one big game room outside the door.
Entertainment. There was a bloke there when I was there playing saxophone. He was awesome. Really good. Hang on, what do we got here in the private chat? Brett.
Other end from the zip line. Yeah, they had this another band playing there. And if you came right out of the Golden Nugget, there was a band right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you went behind the band, that's where the street was.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I'm talking these bands were maybe 500 feet from each other and playing full blast. It was insanity.
Can't hear anything.
No, a lot of noise going on down that road.
That was a hell of a lot of noise, yeah.
I
was surprised at that the GoPro Hero 8, though. I had bought it for that trip, and I had it on 1080-60, but the low light capabilities just sucked.
Yeah.
I heard that. You got a 7, haven't you, Ken?
What,
have you got
GoPro?
Yeah.
No, I have like a 3, maybe. I don't use GoPros very much.
In companion to the GoPro 8, I have the original GoPro.
Yeah.
Original GoPro Hero. I haven't heard that for 100 years.
You know that damn thing still works?
Wouldn't doubt it.
It still works. I don't know if you can buy a battery for it, but this battery still works.
Probably not.
Yeah, I got
no battery swelling on that, Jim.
The 3.
There you go.
That probably still works a treat, mate.
And you know what? It looks exactly like this one, don't it?
The lens is a bit different. That one's round. I think this one's squared off.
This is like a bubble shape. I don't know if you can see that.
Well, while we're playing GoPros, I've got two of them.
Oh, look at that.
It's a 5 and a 7.
You always have to come on, don't you, Pete, and just wreck everyone's ego.
Pete, what's the big difference between the 5 and the 7? Is there? Oh, see, you got the buttons on the front. All I have is that one button.
The difference is 2. You asked a question.
Oh, Peter, I've got yours lined up, ready to go here.
Shoot it.
I'm going to have to, mate, because I did have it lined up. Oh man,
You got it.
The big difference, I think, is the image stabilization. That'll be the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Peter, I'm gonna do it.
Go for it.
I'm gonna do it because
You don't have to.
for ages.
I don't have
Hasn't been for ages.
Sponsored by another Peter Carroll one-liner.
Yeah. Peter Carroll. Come on, mate. I haven't done it for months, eh?
No, that's okay. All right, just the one step. Well, you can do that.
Thanks, mate.
You love the attention.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't like the attention.
No.
He gets enough. He can't even walk down the street now. And you know what? When he's walking down the street, people go, da 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 da. They know exactly who he is. And I'm afraid, Jim, people are going to start singing this song about you too soon.
I had the VHS-C. Yeah, when they first came out, I had one of those too. The damn thing was, you got to hold on it. It was huge. The VHS camcorder.
Yeah. When I was driving, and I think I might have told you, when I was driving over in Canada and the States, I had a Panasonic. Yeah, I was driving in Canada, mate. Didn't you know that?
Where were you?
I was in Cambridge in Ontario, near Toronto there.
Nice.
Near Toronto. I was based there. But I had a Panasonic 3CCD camcorder, top of the range. Oh, it was nice. Piece of shit. I do better with my phone these days, mate.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I wish the hell I had a phone like I have now, and what I've got, nothing special. But I do all my intros, all that shit, all on my forward-facing camera on the bloody phone, and I don't know. That's that. I have seen some better quality with people doing their vlogs and all sorts of stuff, and I'm thinking, well, that'd be really nice. That's why I'm looking at a camera too. Apart from doing some different work with it, is doing a little bit of higher quality sort of yapping in front of the camera, because it does look good.
Well, the new iPhone 11 Pro is just fantastic.
I've seen some footage from that stuff, mate.
If that's pretty much all you need, to be honest now. Unless you want detachable lenses, that's all you need.
Yeah. I'd like to get.
It's got 3 different cameras on it, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like a regular wide and telephoto lens.
Yeah, something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. And great stabilization.
It's about time they caught up with Android. Yeah. I tell that to all my mates who've got an iPhone. I say, I can send pictures to friends now, but only friends with other iPhones. That's sort of shit when they first started doing it. And I say, what? They couldn't receive a photo from me. They couldn't couldn't send me one because it wasn't another iPhone. And then they brought another phone out, and you couldn't use the same charger on it because they just fucking shit me with their bloody buy more packages.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, you can't put a set of headphones in anymore, but you can buy this. And you get a Bluetooth set now. Well, I've got a set from my old phone. I can't use them. No.
That drove me insane when they took out the headphone jack.
Yep.
I know.
Because now it's just like, it just has the charging thing. So you need a dongle, this little thing to stick in there to put your headphones in. And I lost that like the first week I had the phone.
What a pain in the ass. And that's probably what, $20?
Yeah, probably only time, but it just, I don't really like wireless headphones, so.
Yeah, same. I'm not a fan, man. There's a lot of shit flying into that.
Yeah.
Did you see when Apple first released that iPhone, and did you see that thing on YouTube where the dude goes, how to make a phone jack for your phone, and he drilled into it just at the top. And then he put a phone jack in there, and you're going, dude, and it didn't fucking work, obviously.
No.
But they had all these dickheads drilling into their phones.
Oh my God.
Hilarious. I saw the same thing, like how to quick charge your phone, stick it in the microwave for.
Oh yeah.
Adrian does that with his spark batteries.
Oh fuck.
But you know what? We can put as much work as we like into our videos and be as beautiful as we can and color grade to the millionth degree, and we'll get maybe 300 views. Apart from Kenny, he gets millions. And you put some crap ass video about microwaving your battery, and you'll be freaking 1 million views before you know it.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
What do you do? We're in the wrong game. You know what? If I didn't love what I was doing, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Doing it for YouTube, I can tell you that right now.
There are some crazy phones right now with the Pixel Plus, and I don't know. I was looking at the list of YouTube signature phones, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't even know what that model is and all that. But the specs on these phones are getting crazy, man. They're literally computers and DSLR cameras in one, you know?
Yeah. It is. It's getting crazy. Everyone uses their phone. Everyone uses their phone for their pictures and photos and things like that now.
I know, but I don't want to pay $1,000 for a goddamn telephone when I'm paying $2,000 or $3,000 for a top of the line laptop with a graphics processing card and all that crap. Why am I paying $1,000 for a telephone?
Because when you got a laptop, when you hold it up to your ear to make a phone call, it's too big. You've got to use a little one, mate.
No, but they want you to do, if you check out all these programs, they all have apps for video editing on your phone now. That's like a big thing.
Well, that's right. You know, because everyone uses it for TikTok, for their Instagram, for their bloody Snapchats, all that sort of shit. And you're getting quality footage from that. And to incorporate everything in that, it's all in one thing. Do. And that's what everyone's looking for now. Bang, 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 off it goes. Unreal. You know, like the way you rush your footage, Jim.
But I just use the phone as a friggin' phone. And, you know.
I'm the same, Jim, too. I just use mine 99% of the time for just phone calls. That's it.
Yeah.
Adrian uses his too to ignore me.
All right, guys. Well, it's midnight here, or 6 minutes too. So, I'm heading out.
What do we got here? 3 hours 40. Oh, God damn! Here we go again, talking poo, mate. Kenny, thanks for popping in, man. Absolutely.
Thanks for having me. Thanks.
Dude.
Great seeing you, man.
It's great to see you.
Likewise, guys.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic. After so long, having a chat, man, really good. And if you can, you know, keep the 8th of August in mind.
Yeah,
and,
we'll talk.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
that would be cool. Well, that would be just cool. Everybody meeting up like that.
Oh, mate, it'd be fantastic. Yeah,
now, if somebody's getting a hotel or whatever, we need to talk about this because there's no need for 18 people to get hotel rooms if, you know, you can bunk up and split costs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try not to eat any baked beans before I come over, eh, Pete? I'll share a room with Jim. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we sharing rooms the best way to go, especially if you're just going in there and not remembering how you got there. It doesn't really matter where you are.
Well, it was stupid. There were other guys in Vegas, and I had a room with 2 double queen beds in it and all that. Friggin' thing was $800. Well, someone else could have stayed in the damn thing. You know,
exactly right. Yeah,
what a waste.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Thanks again, fella. That's awesome. Thanks for popping in. Have a good chat today. Adrian, going to headbutt him next time I see him. He's I didn't come back, and he ignored me. That's going. That's weird, man. He said he was going to pop on, but anyway. So yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. And again, thanks very much, Ken. Awesome catching up with you, mate. And thanks to Gizmo too for popping his noggin in. And as always, Peter, thanks for your 3 words for the 3 hours.
I think I did 4 today. I think I got 4.
You have a rest. Have a rest. You're out.
You wore yourself out tonight, Pete.
I did, yeah. Better go and have a bit of a snooze now, I think, for a while.
After Judge Judy, of course.
I've got a few of those lined up to watch.
I wouldn't doubt that. Unreal. So I guess I'll see most of you on what do you call it? Thanks, Jim. On probably.
Yeah, you'll see what happens if he turns up. Yeah, if he does a live stream thing, like in whether it'll be the same as normal, I don't know. But he may just do a live stream from the show or wherever they are.
That's right. I forgot he was away. All right. Well, we might be able to get a good sleep tonight then, Pete. Not worry about staying. God damn. Thanks to everyone in the chat too. The old culprits there. Aldiaz, Mad Kiwi, Love My Drones. Who else did we have in there? Kenny Kardoso. Who's that? Oh my God, droning veteran. He was there earlier. Night Train, of course. Yeah, thanks to everyone again. Awesome, and hopefully see everyone again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. So everyone have a great weekend. I'll catch you, Kenny. Awesome stuff, mate. Thanks, Pete.
See you later.
And Adrian, I'll knock your block off. And see you all next week, eh?
Right then. Thanks for having me on again, and we'll catch you next time.
No worries, Pierre.
Okay. Right, yeah. Bye.
Catch you, buddy. Bye-bye. See you, everyone. Take care. Have a great weekend. Sunrise, you didn't see it. Oh, no, that's a comment from ages ago. No worries. See you later, Craig. All right. Take care, everyone.